Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. It's another great Sunday evening. I hope you're having as good a Sunday evening as I am. And it's wonderful to see all of you here. Thank you very much for joining us. Today, we're going to be talking about an older crowdfund campaign. Some of you might remember it, some of you might not, but it was fulfilled not too long ago. So, this one has been in the pipeline for quite a while, and we're happy to finally see it released. It's a story of Lovecraftian horror out on the open seas. So look forward to that. There'll be a lot of interesting imagery and great commentary from our panelists. But first, let's jump into the chat, see who's joining us tonight. I want to, in advance, apologize to everybody for not streaming for so long. I've had a lot going on. A lot of work things, a lot of health things, like mild COVID stuff. So thankfully that's all passing, and it's getting a little bit easier to jump back into streaming. So look forward to more streams coming up in the near future. But first, I'd like to welcome DWAG, and always great to see him in the chat, and really positive to see people like supportive and enthusiastic about the show. DWAG always brings the positive energy. So seeing him there and seeing him offering support really lifts my spirits and makes the show feel like it's worth doing, which sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, awesome to see DWAG. So thanks a lot for stopping in. Velnit is here, and he says, Twitless truly the most dangerous catch. His high-pitched siren tones have landed many a review upon the rocks. Yes, Twitless and his siren tones. Haunting. Crypto loves the thumbnail, or he likes it. Sorry. Yeah, it's an image from Longharbor, the book that we're going to be talking about tonight, and it's pretty grotesque. I liked it too a lot, so that's the reason why I chose it to base the thumbnail on. Vic says that creature is from the movie. I don't know. No, it's from the book. It's a lot of really eerie, very vivid, detailed kind of graphic imagery. So yeah, this is not for the squeamish at all, and it's something that actually has belongs more in the indie scene than it actually is presented for whatever reason. So I don't know why the indie scene is so averse to doing edgy content like that. And I think there should be more books like this in the indie scene. It's the place for that kind of mature reading material for this kind of audience. Jack Stafford is here. He says, ahoy, crispy, minty ninjas. I get the ninjas. I don't know about the minty stuff. I kind of know where that reference is going. But he also says, I think it's a Xeno-Venus predator trap. Yeah, something along those lines. And Vic is also commenting. He says, y'all seen PTP sell that real gay drawing for $200 after Renee auctioned her sweet print for the Diamond Girl? No, I didn't see that. I don't know what PTP has been up to lately, but I think we are planning to review one of his books in the near future, so look forward to that. And Dark Gift, he says, what's up, peeps? So we'll probably have more people piling in. The show is just getting started, but I'll bring on the panelists, and we'll see how many people end up joining us before we start talking about the book. So please welcome Twitless.
What's up?
Also welcome Sub to my channel.
That is not my name. You threw me off there.
And please welcome Dark Gift Comics.
What's up, what's up?
Dark Gift, you're going to be doing a draw stream tonight?
If you don't mind, unless
Yeah.
you want me to turn the camera off.
No, that's totally cool. I kind of wish I knew in advance. I'd be playing some music. We just turn it into a music draw stream. That'd be awesome. So, been a while since I've done one of those. But I see you've got the book that we're talking about tonight next to you. That's Longharbor right there. Yeah, that a girl. Safe and sound. So, yeah, I guess let's just go ahead and get into the comic. There's nothing to talk about right now in the outside world other than war and crappy things like that. Like, who the hell wants to talk about war? except for maybe crypto. I know
What is
he's-
it?
No, I don't want to talk about war. Why? What war is there to talk about?
The
What
war
is it-
between
what is it good for?
you and Risey.
Oh, there isn't a war right now.
There's
We
a-
have a peace. We have a peace accord.
There's a love war. I mean, I feel the tension between the two of you, and I just know that once you two finally break through all of that pent up, frustration and get into each other's arms and tear loose, that there'll be some backhole rippage, the likes of which the world has never seen before. Am I right?
No, I don't believe there will be. I don't believe
That's
so.
quite the fanfic you got there. Going.
Yeah.
Totally hetero. Yeah.
I was into it. I was feeling that moment.
He's writing crypto risey zines.
Yeah, I could taste that
secret.
backhole rippage as I was
You can
writing.
taste it.
I could taste it. I could smell it.
Ugh.
It was
Ugh.
there. It was at my fingertips.
Smelled like anal nitrate.
I could smell the
So-
sulfur.
The likes no proctologist has ever
This
seen.
conversation is taking a turn into a different genre of horror.
This is Lovecraftian love. This is true Lovecraftian horror.
It's more like body horror.
This is homosexual rape. I don't like it.
Yeah, well,
Ear rape.
Okay.
Homosexual ear rape.
way to bring down the mood, Crypto.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Quit being a pervert.
Okay. Well, with that, let's quickly check out tonight's comic. So, Longharbor, some of you might remember, was talked about a lot on the CG streams quite a while ago. This is from March 26, 2019. Ouch. So about 3 years it took for this comic to be released. But the imagery was really amazing. I was happy to be a backer at the time. And it did pretty decent numbers. 64,892 raised for 1,600 backers. And it's a new creator. His name, Alejandro Mirabal. Did I get that correct?
Good job.
I think so, yeah. I think that's how you
Maybe.
pronounce it.
And yeah, like really intense imagery here. So I'd
Click
like
the
art
pictures.
style. Fine, I'll click the pictures.
Ooh, scary.
Yes, Risey in the rain, waiting outside for Crypto.
It's fucking Megs Visaggio.
It is. Who called Megs Visaggio stunning and brave recently? Was that Liam Gray?
I don't know about that.
Did he really call Mags stunning and brave?
I heard a rumor, which of course is always true when you hear one of those.
Well, I am stunned, and I
Yeah.
guess you'd have to be brave to do that.
Absolutely.
I guess
And,
so. Oh,
More
there we go.
stunning and brave imagery. Yeah, if people are not familiar, Lovecraft is known for doing deep space kind of staring into the void kind of horror.
And fish.
And fish. No meaning, quite intense. And so this book, the inspiration for it, I think it captures that pretty effectively.
So now that you have that pulled up, there's I think one other potential influence that I thought was interesting. Is anyone familiar with Junji Ito? He did manga artist, did Uzumaki.
No.
Okay. Well, I'll share an image. He did another one specifically about fish horror, and there's a very kind of similar aesthetic going on that I think is interesting.
We got to come up with a better name than fish horror. Maritime horror.
Yeah, yeah. Fish horror just doesn't quite do it.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
It draws a
But-
whole other visual.
There's a it's literally fish horror in this work by Ito called Gyo, or whatever you pronounce GY0, and there's actually a mutant shark that crawls around with the intestines out, and I'm wondering, that would be my first question for Alejandro, if I could ask a question, is, are you familiar with Gyo? Because I could definitely see some very similar aesthetics especially with that particular creature. So.
Very similar, absolutely.
That's a compliment, because Ito is considered to be a master of manga horror.
But the detailed rendition here is, I think, at another level compared to what you just showed. Am I correct in saying that, or?
I think they're on similar levels. I will say one thing I do think that is very interesting. We can get into this as we go on, but I think Alejandro has a a unique yet thorough grasp of anatomy. Does that be fair to say?
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause-
I know, like you said, but that was the one thing. Like the fish and the creatures and stuff. The artwork I thought was out of this world, and I thought when it came to I mean, this doesn't go back to his understanding of anatomy, but just the difference between that and the people was like night and day.
Yeah. The characters are more caricaturized, whereas he goes into, like I said, an almost I would almost say obscene level of anatomical depth when he's like getting into what's on the insides of these creatures, because we get multiple shots of just like dissected aquatic mutated creatures, and it's, like I said, it's quite in depth, as it were.
I mean, just even like when he everything about those creatures was like phenomenally detailed. Like the eyes, the ooze coming out of the eyes, with the eye looking into the window.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm a huge horror fan, and I'm obviously the John Carpenter's The Thing is very apparent, like even down to the green jacket that the gentleman wears. But it reminds me of this other, like maybe 2008 film called Splinter.
Oh, I remember that.
That movie was freaking. That is like one of the best horror movies I've ever seen.
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
Oh, I highly recommend. I think there's 2 versions. Let me. This is the one by Magnet releasing.
2008, you said?
2008, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I nailed it. Yeah, play the trailer if you can. I don't know. I assume that's legal. This
I
was
don't know.
released by Magnet releasing, which was Mark Cuban's kind of little production or distribution company, I should say.
Magnet. Okay, let's take a.
They made a lot of great films in the 2000s. They were responsible for the original version of Let the Right One In coming to the States.
Oh yeah.
They made another great science fiction horror movie called Time Crimes. That's I believe that's Spanish.
Time Crimes. What is that about?
Well, you have to watch the trailer for that. Also,
Yeah. Let's just turn it into a trailer watching.
Yeah, let's
stream.
just
Why not?
let's not talk about comics anymore. Let's just watch a bunch of movie
Let's
trailers.
eat up a bunch of trailers, guys.
that's only
one
2
sec.
trailers. That's fine. We're talking about horror here.
Yeah, yeah. It's good to have a little additional content.
Yeah, exactly,
up.
right? Let's give
course.
people a few more minutes to get in here, right? I know
Yeah.
we can get more than 8.
Okay, so Splinter 2008.
Let me log into a couple more of my sock puppets.
I think I'm gonna like camping.
Dweeb's getting laid. I can see why Crypto.
I think I'm gonna like
likes this.
backholing.
I've never seen this horror setup before.
Yeah, young kids
Who are
looking
about
to get
to-
laid
yeah,
in the
yeah.
woods.
Mm-hmm.
What could possibly
That's
go
right.
wrong?
It does. It sets up as a traditional horror film. It's pretty good, actually. It's really good. It's a
Vic
good
said, that guy,
swerve.
Vic said that guy looked like me. Oh my gosh.
No way. That guy
You
looked
Jewish?
way better than Twitless.
Shut up.
Are they gonna go camping? Okay, here we go.
She looks not right.
Well, what do you want to do?
Run her over.
Turn it off. Get in the car.
Pull over.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, sorry, I didn't.
Get inside!
What was that?
Yeah, I was trying to watch the trailer, but I couldn't through all my epileptic seizures during the flashing lights.
Oh, I didn't know you had epilepsy. I apologize for that.
Yeah,
I should've
unfortunately,
asked.
there was. Oh, well, I don't actually have epilepsy. I just assumed that's what was happening as the lights were flashing into my eyes while I was watching this.
You do now.
I do now. Yes.
Make sure you're in a reclined position so that when you do pass out, you don't bang your head.
I think the audience would be thankful though if I bit my tongue out. So there's always a possible upside to this.
Okay. Hey, John.
Move away from the glass. They tracks us somehow.
We gotta get out of this gas station.
Wait. Stopped. I think it's gone.
Drop the gun. You're under arrest. Get in your car. There's something out there. Run!
Watch the splinter. Don't want to stick you. There.
It's gonna get in here. It's gonna kill it.
Highly recommend that.
You okay?
You can tell they spent most of the budget on reserving the 7-Eleven that they filmed at.
Yeah.
They spent actually no. That's not an accurate take. As a person who has actually been a camera operator on a horror film, I can tell you what they spent their money on was on the effects to make sure that they looked as good as possible, so that the character was, so that the antagonist was frightening. And I think it was very smart for them to set it in a gas station predominantly. It's cheap, saves on money, and they allowed them to make it really, really, really scary. Probably like the last really good horror film I think I've seen out of America. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything
I did
against
see-
the bottle episode horror stories. I think that sometimes the restrictions can actually, help.
I don't know what
suppose-
any of that means, but that's okay.
No,
every-
I did see that movie, and it was really good.
You sound like Twitless. You sound like the black chick in the new Scream movie.
Wait, what? That's a new one.
Oh, you haven't
Okay.
seen that?
I'm gonna add that to my bingo card.
Well, now you know which clips to show at the beginning of every one of your streams. You'll just be referencing the black chicks from every Scream movie.
Oh, okay, all right.
Well,
But,
there's only two that I could think of.
I think the setup for every horror movie, I mean, the environment is mainly just seclusion. So as long as you can find a nice secluded location, that's pretty much all you need to spend your money on.
Not One Missed Call.
One Missed Call.
No.
That's the one.
You
where
ever seen
there's-
One Missed Call, the Japanese version by Takashi Miike?
No, I didn't. I did not see some obscure Japanese.
It's not
movie
obscure. It
nobody's
was so
ever heard
popular
of.
they made an American version.
Okay, well, that's happened before, but doesn't
I
mean
didn't
people.
s-
Well, people have never heard of like the Japanese Grudge until they made the.
Really? Well,
yeah.
I can see it until they made it, but sure. But
So comic books, guys.
Yeah, horror comics.
Well, yeah,
Horror
that wraps
comics.
around back down to this. This was actually, I could see this being a horror movie. One thing that
I could see that being an Alien, though, in a Ridley Scott horror movie.
It's got the
Yes.
bulge thing going on too. What's up
The-
with that?
the issue with the with horror comics, I think, is that like you can't get the same like jump scare factor.
I think pacing is also a huge problem with a lot of horror. Horror does, especially when you're trying to develop suspense, right? Because suspense usually deals with extending time. If you think about like certain scenes from horror films where it's like, multiple minutes of just, anticipation before maybe the jump scare or the kill happens. With comics, because the art form tends to be more compressed and there's nothing necessarily slowing down your reading speed, it kind of plays, I think, a little bit of havoc with pacing. But Longharbor actually does take pacing into account as best it can, and actually tries to kind of set up suspense so that there's like, a couple of beats before something scary will happen, or kind of tries to kind of amp up that anticipation.
Oh,
So
and
it's not just like scary things that are in a comic book. There's actually that attempt to kind of like play on the
Right.
reader's fears and suspense and develop that sense of horror.
It uses flashbacks in its narrative too, and that helps to really get you into the atmosphere sooner, as opposed to like the standard horror film where typically, in the first act you're setting up the normalcy of the world so that it can juxtapose against the scary thing that's coming later. And I think that is an issue for translating to a comic too, because it basically means your first, you're going to have a kill in the beginning, and then you're going to have 25, 30 pages of not having a kill, because how do you create that atmosphere? And so him developing the story that way, I think, was very smart to use flashbacks, because you can jump right into it.
And does it rely a lot on these kind of disturbing images prior to introducing the horror aspects? Is it unsettling all the way through?
There's some mood setting early on, I would say.
Yeah.
Well, it
'Cause,
starts with the
let's
father explaining how the daughter has gone missing, right?
right. Yeah, it's an interview, and so
Yeah.
he's got to jump into the story. So like you already know some kind of like weird tragedy has happened, so you're already set up for that. You know what I
Interview
mean?
with a mariner.
Yeah, since we're doing that, Crypto, let's actually jump in a little bit and kind of maybe for people who don't know what Longharbor is, maybe give like a short, brief summary without spoilers about kind of like what the setup is. For
No,
what's going on.
don't jump in. Stay out of the water. Stay out
Okay,
of the
well,
water.
good. That's fair.
There's things beneath the water.
Well, since you mentioned the flashback, you get to start kicking off the summary.
Okay, I did it.
Okay. All right.
How about you do the summary to
I can read the summary. Yeah, where's it at? Here we go. Okay, let me just cough real quick.
You put on your movie trailer voice.
Yeah.
Years after surviving the mysterious tragedy that led to the death of his crew, Gary recounts the events to a journalist as the ship takes them back to the infamous shores of Longharbor, where it all happened. A journey between reality up above and the nightmares below the waves, in which men are just as cruel as the monsters they'll encounter. In the ocean, no one can hear you scream.
Oh, that's pretty good. Should we have a movie voiceover off? I want to read this part here where they describe the story. The story. Years after surviving the mysterious tragedy that led to the death of his crew, Gary recounts the events to a journalist as the ship takes them back to the infamous shores of Longharbor, where it all happened. A journey between reality up above and the nightmares below, in which men are just as cruel as the monsters they'll encounter. Okay.
I'm gonna go with Crypto.
In a world where the Little Mermaid rips out your heart.
In a world where the Little Mermaid is black.
The horror.
Wait, that's our world.
wait a second. That's not fiction.
Yes,
All
it
right.
is.
So give us the summary, Twiddless. What's the dealio?
I just told you the summary.
Yeah, we already got.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, the setup is basically that we have our protagonist and his crew, Mike, and they're on a kind of like a marine biology expedition to kind of investigate some weird happenings with the aquatic life, and they quickly find that there's definitely more going on than meets the eye, and have to deal with awful mutated sea life, but something else that's even more sinister going on behind it. So this is definitely a story that's a setup to a longer series. This is definitely an opening chapter to what's probably going to be a much larger story of horror. So this is meant to be this early fish story is meant to be the hook to get people on the line for the rest of the series.
When will these puns ever end? JDA says, I didn't back Longharbor, and it looks really good. Well, actually, you can still get it. So I'll drop the link in the
It
chat.
was really good. Yeah, something I noticed that I don't think was part of the original campaign. It was put out by Iconic Comics.
Yeah, they did the fulfillment, I think. So
Yeah, so that's probably why it finally got fulfilled. 'Cause I know he was having issues, right? Like that's why it was so late.
yeah.
And he does thank who does he thanks Doug TenNapel and Elliot Fernandez in here. So
ID Crisis, the book is Longharbor, and the creator is Alejandro Mirabal.
But Twitless, now as a college professor, let me ask you: is this really just John Carpenter's version of the Odyssey?
It's definitely John Carpenter's something, which is even the name of the boat. Which it took me way too long to get the reference.
And obviously, Kurt Russell wore that jacket in the thing.
I don't remember the name of the boat. What was the name of the boat?
The Carpenter.
Oh,
For a moment, I thought that might have been a religious reference because there's there's a little bit of some religious symbolism going on. I was like, oh, like Jesus, he was a carpenter. No, it's
you way overthought it.
yeah. I was like, no, it's John Carpenter.
I don't think that's accurate, though. I don't think Jesus was a carpenter.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
mistranslation. It's a mistranslation of
Oh, is it?
tecton.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
What was he
But,
actually? Crypto.
He would have been a mason, a stonemason, more likely, based on the region that they lived in.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'm pretty sure Jesus was not a Mason.
No, yeah, they were
I think-
stonecutters.
We're gonna start a whole bunch of conspiracies now.
It's not a conspiracy. He was a tecton. That can have two different meanings, but based on the geographic region that he lived in, there weren't really like trees that you would use to build things. You would have got those trees imported, but he did live 2 miles away from a city that was being rebuilt by the Romans. Out of stone, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So he probably would have gone with his father to do that. I don't mean
Yeah.
his capital F. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean that's an interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting thought. I never heard that before.
Yeah.
Okay, so flashbacks, setting up the story, and jumping into a horrific tale. They're just on the sea, and they encounter these creatures. Is there any context given for why they're having these experiences?
No, that's going to be in book 2 and 3, which Alejandro has said he doesn't know when it's going to come out because now he gets contract work because he made such a beautiful book.
Yeah.
So you
Great.
may never know the end of the story.
Oh,
I would assume
that should
I would assume
happen.
he'd get back to it, but it might take him a while if he's getting really good contract work, though.
Yeah,
it's the
there's like
ultimate
little,
tease.
there's like little things. Like the writing is like Phil said is really good. Like it does. There's not too much wording. You know, it's not too wordy of a book. It gives you just exactly what you need as you're going along. So the pacing is pretty well done. But like, there's one line, and it's the old lady when that guy comes in and she lets him in the house, and then she turns around and says something like. The one, like, I'm paraphrasing, but like the one thing that bothered her was that their simplicity. That like it didn't make any sense in context to what we got in book 1, but if it's something that's like foreshadowing.
There's actually a bit of that. I will say that on a second read, I think that there are a few things that were explained that I didn't think they were at first, but there's definitely stuff like when she shoots the radio.
Well, that
was
I
like-
got because there was something that like obviously seemed to be, you know, like she knows what's going on. You know what I mean? Like
Right, but
so-
it wasn't given like a concrete. Like, there were certain elements that it's clearly this is it's meant to whet your appetites. It really is meant to be kind of bait, so that you kind of read the next installment. And there's certain mysteries that they tease, kind of like where things are going, but there are other ones where it's definitely purposefully not explained because this is definitely, like I said, in a first chapter.
Right. And then just a side note, because I always say how like typos are my pet peeve. There was a typo on the first page. It's the only typo in the whole book.
Wait,
Somebody's
first-
doing their
wait,
laundry.
the first
I
page,
am.
the
Oh
first
my
page that literally says Mike.
No, okay, I'm sorry. Maybe it wasn't the first page, but it's like literally one of the first pages. Hold on, I'll find it. Hold on.
It's not the actual first page, then you're technically not correct about a technicality. So, hoist it on your own petard there.
Hold on. Here it is. Wait. All right, so it's page 3. Or no, it's not. It's page. Yeah, it's page 3.
Okay.
Here, I'll make you big.
It's page 3. It's this bubble down here. It says it's supposed to say "Let us start with the ship description," but it says "Let's us start with the ship description."
I'm afraid we're going to have to see receipts. Can you hold the page up to the camera? We just have to be sure.
This is just this is accurate dialogue for a journalist.
Paint.
I think I agree with Dark Gift. The whole book is clearly trash.
No, it's just, but like everything else, there was not one typo in the book except for one other typo in the book except for that typo, and that like just irks me. Like, it was like beautifully edited and everything, and you got this one like "Let's us," LET''S us. Like,
If I find a single typo in Hunting Alice, I'm gonna drive to your house.
oh, I know, dude. I'm going through. I'm lettering Lightbringer right now, and I'm like going through it. Like I'm. It's taking me like. I'll do a page and then go reread it over and over and over again, and then take a break and then come back and reread it 2 or 3 more times before I move on to the next page. because I know I'm a stickler for typos, so I know like if I have one, I'm never gonna hear the end of it.
I'm totally gonna try and I'm gonna find one.
Motherfucker.
I'm gonna find it.
You're gonna jinx my ass.
So, what does the core of this story revolve around? What is the experience that we're actually meant to?
Well, it's about the captain and the daughter, really, and what happened to the daughter, which never actually gets revealed in the first issue. It's all just like bait to set you up and draw you into what's going on. I mean, it's very masterfully done. It really is.
It's very much a siren's tale.
Yeah.
And not just in terms of like trying to like get you to get the readers invested into the next issue, but the actual story has a lot of siren's tale going on in it.
Yeah.
Why did you? Can you explain to us what Siren's Tale would mean in this context?
Evil mermaid. Evil mermaid who attracts seafarers to their doom, essentially.
And it seems like it tends to go after like the weakest one first.
Let me dumb this down for you there, Well Read. Did you ever see that episode of DuckTales called Home Sweet Homer, where like the pig chick Circe is like and there's the sirens. Did you ever see that one? She turns him into a pig.
I'm
calls
an
him
avid
Hocus Pocus.
I am an avid DuckTales watcher. I don't know if I remember that episode though.
Oh yeah, that's the Odyssey episode.
Okay, cool.
Go watch that. You'll understand the book a little bit better, buddy. We'll wait. Go ahead.
Woo.
Yeah, we'll wait.
Yeah. No, I used to love that show. That was great. The original, of course, not the new version that they came out with.
Oh, they have a new version now.
Oh yeah, yeah. Less said about that, the better. Okay, so the captain and his daughter tempted to be drawn out to sea.
The daughter is she's a very Mike is really the main character. The story follows, I think, him the most, especially since he's giving the frame tale flashback kind of thing. The rest of the story is kind of him and the crew, and they're kind of just dealing with this ramping up of uncomfortable situations until basically the siren mermaid kind of enters the scene, and then everything just kind of goes to hell. So at that point, it becomes a survival story, which is just try to survive, and the crew do their best, but they're not quite up to it.
Does it explore the relationship with the captain and his daughter in the context of this survival setting, or was it merely meant as prologue to get them to this more desperate circumstance that they find themselves in?
There's no deep dive into their relationship, but like off the bat, you get the fact that they're close. It's a loving relationship. You know what I mean? She's a little girl. Like the reporter says, "Why did you take her along?" And he was like, "Well, I'm broke and there's no one to watch her, and this was supposed to be a standard, hey, go check this out real quick," because they're a bunch of marine biologists and stuff like that. So dead fish were popping up, so they were sent there to find out why the fish popping up dead. Like that's the whole, like, you know what I mean? So to him it was like a no-brainer. I'll take her along. We're there a day or two when we come home.
We're there a day or two. We find the BP oil spill again, and then we go home.
So it sounds like a very traditional horror story setup. Identifiable characters finding themselves in a very desperate situation, trying to survive.
I will say that they work around the tropes while not necessarily like diving, because like the trailer that Crypto showed us, which was I think leaning maybe a little bit more heavily into some of the tropes of like, oh, horny teenage or horny young adults and stuff.
No,
I got horny watching it.
No, not really.
Or well, at least the trailer was invoking that. And then like you could tell, like I think at one point it's like, oh, that guy's the a-hole or something. Like sometimes trailers or horror like set up like, oh, here's the jerk, and
that's usually Twitless.
Yeah, it's always me.
And then you're super girl happy that hangs out with the jerk. Yeah.
And then you're super happy when the jerk gets eaten by the monster because you've made that person detestable. Longharbor doesn't really make anybody detestable, so you're not necessarily like you're not sitting there going, "Oh yeah, I can't wait for that person to die," because that's a thing that some horror does. Is they make the characters like super like awful, so that you're just like on the edge of your seat, wanting them to to eat it.
And then you cheer when they die. It's almost like not even
Yeah.
like scary. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And Longharbor is not doing that. Even the character who's like a little bit less likable, Mike ends up saying, "Hey, he wasn't a bad dude. He was just weak, essentially." But
Yeah,
right.
you actually had pity for the guy. He obviously seemed like he wasn't like the most intelligent. He had a little bit of a drinking problem. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't a bad dude. He was just like he was the schlub of the group. Like.
Right.
Sean Bertram says, it reminds me a lot of H.P. Lovecraft. Funny you should say that. It's in the tagline. Definitely drawing a lot of inspiration from H.P. Lovecraft.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, I guess I wouldn't mind it if you showed us a few pages, Dark Gift. Would that be cool with you? Because I'd like to see a little bit more of the visual offering here.
Yeah, let me know if you need me to. Here, I'll try to get down a little lower with the camera. Hold on.
Yeah, it seems like that's going to be a really strong feature of this book. The sequences and
there's
the character designs.
Show him the scuba. Some of the scuba scene. That's actually a really great sequence, and it really shows his pacing. And you can almost imagine it on if it were on camera.
Well,
And
first, can I just say how nice this cover is?
uh-huh.
Can you show us the back? Is
Like
that? Oh, okay. Yeah. Very nice.
yeah. But okay, let's see here. So I'm thinking this is supposed to be more of a dream. These first 2 pages, Twillist. Is that what you got from this?
I think that was.
It plays out at the end of the book, but this part here where he gets grabbed doesn't. You know what I mean? So I'm feeling like this was like a dream. But
Or at least he's flashing back in his memory because he's being like called back when it's like Mike.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So yeah, I mean, this is basically your setup. He like we were saying earlier, like the humans in this, like I don't know, like to me it almost takes away from the beauty of like what he does with the creatures. But that's just I mean, the art's great. Don't get me wrong, but it's like so contrasting to what he does with the creatures.
Yeah, I was not initially a huge fan of the color choice. Like it's very it's very good coloring. But in terms of like selling the horror, I was almost wondering like if it was too bright, if you know what I mean, in terms of like the coloring. I think the coloring I warmed up more to it as the story got on.
I feel like the palette changed as it got darker. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. And that's when I think that's when I was like, oh, okay, I can kind of see what this guy can do with it. I'm still a little bit on the fence about whether or not it's my favorite. If it could maybe if I wouldn't have liked a different coloring choice better. But again, like I said, it's extremely well done. It's just
I love
I'm
his
wondering.
coloring choice. I think that something weird is happening, though. He puts so much time and effort into the sea life, and he doesn't do that as much with the human characters.
That's my issue with it.
Like
too.
those panels right there on the left are a perfect example.
Yeah, like I mean, they're great comic book pages. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but I think it takes away from the tone of what he's got going with the creatures.
So
Yeah,
I think
he's missing that. It's missing that painterly style.
I think what he's trying to do with the sort of, if I were to take a stab at it, I think he's trying to kind of have this juxtaposition between, how kind of like in like Tintin, where like he has like the backgrounds and things like almost photorealistic or much more realistic, but then the characters themselves are a little bit more caricature-y, a little more cartoony. And I think that might be deliberate, where it's like, hey, here my characters are gonna be a little more warm, a little bit less anatomically detailed, to kind of have that juxtaposition, that sort of looking at the opposites, and to kind of have that clash be purposeful. I'm not judging it one way or another. I just think that might be the intent.
But look at that like middle panel with the old woman looking out the window and like the light shining off of her glasses and like the shadow around her face. Like that, I feel this one little tiny panel, I feel like is the best example of it being as close to what he does with the creatures. It's just one tiny little panel.
I feel like he is absolutely the comic book master of light and shadow. I've never seen a colorist master light and shadow so perfectly.
I think he does the colors too. It's just his
Yeah.
artist. So there's no. It's not labeled as like colorist inker. Yeah, I think he.
I think he's I think he's mostly a one-man show here.
Yeah.
His writers, and he's got the writer credit as well. So like I think he did almost all of it. Maybe just had a little bit of help, maybe with story, perhaps. I don't know.
This is like she was listening to. I'll tell you what was happening. She was listening to the well-read stream, and
She was going to shoot herself.
yeah,
But thankfully this
Moonshine and
guy...
Quitless were on together, and she had to do what she had to do.
It's like he took the characters from DuckTales, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and put them in John Carpenter's The Thing. Is that correct? Based on the description I'm hearing from you guys.
It's exactly DuckTales. Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Now I
wouldn't say
understand.
that.
Okay.
Now I get it.
The sea creatures of the Beagle Boys.
Oh, I love the Beagle Boys.
I do like the reference to the. I'm pretty sure that's, if we're doing Lovecraft, that's a reference to the King in Yellow. But
Yeah, I think so too.
Per Flasher here.
But this is a lot I'm talking about, where she says, your simplicity, it's always disgusted me. Like, unless that's a reference to something that we're going to learn later about what's going on with these creatures, it was a weird choice of wording.
Alejandro is definitely planting seeds in this story, and you're supposed to kind of like notice those things, and then later on, there's probably going to be payoffs. And as competent as Alejandro is, I would assume there definitely would be.
See, I feel like that line is intended to kind of mock their straightforward desire to fool a human so they can eat and inhabit them, or whatever. Inhabit them, I guess, is all that's happening. No, I don't know if they're eating the insides or what. I guess they have to be.
Yeah, I don't know if they're inhabiting them or absorbing them. It's one or the other.
I'm
So
pretty
many
sure that
tentacles.
I'm pretty sure it's because they don't always like consume the whole thing, because later on Bob gets like half his. Hold on, doesn't he get like?
They eat
partially...
the insides, but just like leave the outside, kind of like Jada Pinkett Smith did to Will.
Ate his soul and left his husk.
That's
Look
right.
at that eye.
Yeah, that's a good moment. It's pretty well paced, because there's like a couple beats. Yeah, see, Alejandro knows when to kind of, it's actually several panels worth of just kind of no dialogue, just kind of moment, and then kind of boom.
Yeah, you have this thud noise happening. It starts here in this panel, and then there. And then it just like you said, it just sets it up.
Naked old fish woman. Don't knock it until you've tried it.
James Hayes, who would you rather lay, the naked old fish woman or that old broad in the bathtub in The Shining?
I'll take the naked old fish woman.
I mean, the naked old fish woman can at least pretend to be young. She pulls that off a couple times, where she does the siren mermaid thing and looks really pretty until she rips your face off. So
I just want to know, with all the tentacles, is there going to be a porn version of this comic at some point?
Can we not? Can you not plant that seed in the audience?
These pages here. This is my favorite scene from the movie Thunderball.
I can hear the James Bond movie music playing right now.
This is a very awesome sequence, and I really like how it's paced. I like the how it's framed. I like the fact that they're still communicating with each other, but they don't have to have. Can you imagine Bendis with these 2 pages? It would be like them like talking over a radio, and like all that ocean space would be filled with word balloons.
Yeah, dialogue boxes and exposition.
And half of it would be snarky, just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we have to go down and check this anchor. Oh, can you believe it?
Have you ever thought about why water is so wet?
Exactly.
Yeah. But like he gets that in one sentence. All he has to you can get that whole like disgust about everything in one sentence. I hate night dives. That's all it took. One little sentence, like you get like where this guy's coming from. You don't need like 15 word balloons about how, how cold and blah 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 and this that. Like you said, he just.
Have you ever thought about why water is wet? No, actually, water isn't wet, and then they would have had that debate for like 4 pages.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like again, we're now on 1, 2, 3, 4 pages, no dialogue, and you know exactly what's going on.
I'm excited for this to cross over with Michael Turner's Fathom.
That does need to hapen.
If I can't get that, I want Jonathan Brandis brought back for Sequest DSV.
Oh.
Now we're on 6 pages, no words.
Yeah, you experience it rather than having it spoon-fed to you. So that is nice.
Yeah, he gets his fingers get bit off. He passes out from shock. The other guy's got to carry him up.
I will say it's the storytelling's a little muted. Like in that scene where he loses his fingers, and this is something that again I'm still on the fence about because I think that the choices here fit the tone of the work, but part of me is going, dude, if I lost my fingers, the first thing that would happen when I reached the surface is I would probably be screaming my head off about how I lost my bloody fingers. So
but you do that when you get a paper cut, footless. So
I mean that's true.
Yeah, but besides that, I mean, like the waters were obviously cold. He was probably in shock and numb.
No, I'm just saying, like I there's something kind of muted about how the characters kind of are with each other and the situations, and there are a couple times, and I feel like he could have gone a little more over the top with how they reacted to things. They're a bit more subdued in how they react to some of the stuff at times, and again, like I said, I think it's something that he's doing with the tone. I don't think he's trying to go for again, like in horror manga sometimes where it's just like over the top, like geyser spraying blood, guy like losing his mind over it.
Definitely a vagina.
Definitely.
Fish at the top.
Fish vagina.
For all you guys in the chat who don't know, that's the top half of a vagina right there.
Yes, you've all been now corrupted by Crypto's.
Well, we did say that
Dark Gift
Alejandro
showed me a picture once.
We did see that Alejandro was good at anatomy.
It was his.
Oh, well, somebody's. He was just borrowing it for the night.
All right, let's not spoil it too much more.
It might have been Mags Visage.
Spoil the whole thing. Show him the last page.
Yeah.
the second one's never coming out. It's fine.
No, I mean, I think it's great for people to get an idea. I mean, you can't really read the dialogue, but yeah, I want people to thoroughly experience what they might be getting if they decide to back this book.
Back this book.
Back the book.
I will say probably the most. Actually, I would like to hear from the panel. What was the most horrifying moment in this story for you? Because I definitely have mine.
You know, I this part that you see on the screen right now is my favorite part, but it's not in the book. So
it's in the book, isn't it?
Is this scene in the book? I don't remember this scene being in the book.
I don't know. No, I don't think that one is.
Yeah.
That might be, is that like a supplemental thing?
It's like the secret pages that he hasn't handed out.
Hold on.
He's lying to us. The whole book's finished. He's just baiting us, teasing us, pretending I don't have time. Give me more money.
That spear looks familiar. Hold on a sec.
He's not gonna find it. This isn't in there. This is a giant monster.
Well, it's an amazing scene in any case.
All right, so back to my question. What was your favorite, or sorry, not favorite? What was the most horrifying or disturbing moment of this for the horror aficionados?
I'm gonna say.
Well, there's some parts of the book
when he thinks he sees his daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we all picked the same one. Yeah. When he reaches out to grab what he thinks is his daughter, and her arm detaches and just falls like. And again, this is where Alejandro's anatomical depth really shines, because he's like, "Oh, my daughter," and he reaches out to grab her, and then like her arm just like detaches in anatomical depth, and it's just like, oh, because she feels so fragile at that moment, and then he's just like holding this like collapsing corpse essentially. It's
because at first you still think it's her, you know
right?
I mean?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
You're like, oh shit, what happened to her? Why is she so like malleable?
Why did he break her? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we want to show that, or I guess we want to leave something for people who decide to actually buy it?
I would say, yeah, save that one, because like I said, that is the most horrifying moment. Buy it so that you can see it and experience it, because that's unnerving.
James Hayes says, "Hello, well read, your guest reviewers, and everyone in chat. I hope that you're having a great day. Be aware that I could be helping save Alex Jones from bankruptcy, but I valued hanging with you more." Well, thank you. And yeah, screw Alex Jones.
We appreciate that.
James also points out Doug TenNapel used to push this comic hard. Is well read, still his favorite cult leader. I wouldn't say I was a leader, more like a follower. And I'm everybody's favorite cult follower. So,
I thought you were just a water carrier.
yeah, I'm the cult water boy. That's right.
Okay.
I forget.
At least you have a job. The rest of us don't have jobs.
we're on
At least-
cult food stamps.
At least I'm doing something with my life, James Hayes. Being in a cult is an accomplishment.
James also says you might get more viewers if you review hentai and feet.
Yeah, I forget where that comment is, but I remember seeing that. Oh, here we go. And I think he is right.
That's Well Red's OnlyFans coming soon.
Yeah. Yeah, we're definitely going to start reviewing feet on this channel from now on.
Oh gosh.
So I'm going to be collecting lots of feet pics. So send them in, guys. Can't wait
You
to
could just
review them.
read Nick Susanis' Unflattening. He did a whole project with them.
That sounds gross and weird.
No, it was academic, totally.
That still makes it gross and weird. Yeah, I see what you mean about the characters. These definitely are out of Saturday cartoons.
No, okay. These are not how they appear in the actual book. That they're even more caricaturized in some of these promotional pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do remember him catching flack for changing. He mentioned he changed some of the art style and I think he cut out scenes because that or changed them because that scene that you guys said wasn't in it wasn't, but the scene that I was thinking of uses the same exact spear, so it looks like it was like a redraw. Because he went a different way with the story, I'm thinking, because it was a totally different character using the spear.
How many varieties of these monster designs do we actually get in the book? Is there a good number? Or
Yeah,
just a few?
for a first installment, you definitely get a variety.
Yeah, that's another panel that's not in the book anymore.
Mm-hmm. I think these come later.
I would definitely say that the variety of fish monster is one of the biggest draws of this book. When you get to see all the inventive ways that this mutant sea life can manifest itself.
Jack Stafford is the cheer squad leader here of our cult. So
See, you and Jack have jobs. We don't have jobs. We're just peasants.
Jack and I are a team. So
what did you think of? What did you guys think of the ending with the preacher, Father Ted?
That stood out too. That was like one of those things that was like that didn't fit with the rest of what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was a little bit of like, I guess, a foreshadow where he unrolls that thing on his desk. But even then, like that still didn't.
So yeah, there's definitely a mystical or supernatural / religious thing, and I would call it an undercurrent because this is an ocean book. But there's it's there because. And I think that's also why it might fit under the iconic comics. Because because like the end of the story is not the ending of the story. I think is the most un-Lovecraftian element of it, because most Lovecraft stories end with, "Oh my gosh, the gods are real, but they don't care about us. They see us as just ants, and we're just infinitesimal specks in the universe." Which is so much bigger than us. And so because of this truth that I have now seen, I have gone insane and I killed myself because I can't handle the truth. That's the cosmic horror that Lovecraft really tapped into. And the end of this story is basically a good man sacrificed himself to save me. I have to live now, which is like the absolute polar opposite of most Lovecraftian storytelling. Which I'm actually I liked that. It was a twist on the whole concept. But I also think that's why I think there's more going on here underneath this story that we will see when we 10 years from now when we get it, maybe chapter 2 or however long it takes.
Because I'll be honest, I knew there was something up with the preacher guy, but I was thinking that was going to go in a whole other different way for that character to go. You know what I mean? Like I thought it was going to be more like he was going to be more of like a Exorcist meets Indiana Jones type of guy. You know what I mean? I didn't think he was going to be all sorts of mystical. Yeah.
Exorcist meets Indiana Jones sounds like an amazing pitch for a comic.
That is a
I
pretty
could definitely
good
see
pitch.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could definitely see that. James Hayes points out, isn't Twitless a little too childless to be dropping dad jokes? Would you like to retort, Twitless?
I would not. We're just gonna let that one sit.
Just say, I will father your children, James Hayes.
Okay, yeah.
See how you like it.
I'll adopt him.
All right. So I guess we've gone through pretty much everything at this point. Did we want to give any summary thoughts? Closing statements?
I hope he gets to book 2 sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I was gonna say the most disappointing part of this whole review is Crypto telling me that it's gonna take forever to get chapter 2. Like that's a real downer.
Sorry.
Okay.
Didn't
Where
mean
did you
to.
where did you hear that from? Out of curiosity.
Actually, I think that it's a comment that he left on my channel. Let me
Oh, really? Yeah, I'd like to see that.
check.
Because it's actually it's a real bummer when you get to read a really good story and go, oh, cool, I can't wait for chapter 2, and then it's like,
I can hear those keys like pounding hard. It almost sounds like you converted an old-timey typewriter into something that hooks up to your PC to type with.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, I push the energy through the keyboard and trap it within my stories.
You power it with your intensity.
Alejandro Mirabal says, Alejandro sounds like a Hispanic, right? Like, should I do Spanish accent? Crypto comics. Thank you for the amazing video about the future of Longharbor. I'm turning into a Frenchman for some reason.
Yes, for some reason.
I will give this one a breather and work on a few more projects non-comic related before I get back to it. Longharbor took way too much to be made. I think it deserves 2 more books to be concluded and some hardcover editions as well.
He is not an essay. I think he's Argentinian.
He said, no, this is what he says. He says,
Crypto Comics, orale vato. Thank you for the amazing video.
That's better.
About the future of Longharbor. I'll give this one a breather, pinche puto, and work on a few more projects non-comic related before getting back to you, essay.
Yeah, that's better. So you reviewed this on your channel as well?
I did, yeah.
Oh. And what did you have to say about it?
Oh, I don't even remember. You'd have to watch the video. Just go play the video right now and you'll see.
Oh yeah, we'll do our review by playing your review. That
There you
sounds
go.
great.
Let's do a review of Crypto.
I mean, it's less work. I mean, it sounds
Yeah.
I'm game.
We're just gonna EFAP everybody else's reviews from now on this channel, and review feet. That's
Did
gonna
it? It
be
works for Delarose. Do it.
Yeah, full-time EFAP of all of YouTube. Bring in all the viewers.
John Delafap.
James Hayes leaves a lengthy comment. He says, that's one of the reasons people who buy CG books want complete stories with each issue. It's okay to leave a hook for the next, but there are no guarantees in the work of years.
See, now, if CG people actually read actual books, they'd be able to get all that just by going to enterthelostlibrary.com and picking up any of the amazing books there right now.
And those are all comic related?
No, those are all actual, those are novels.
Ah, well.
But they're juvenile fiction, so they're at a comic book reader's level.
I mean,
Should
asking
basically take care of all you 30 and 40-year-olds in here.
Yeah, asking us to read books is kind of like demanding a lot.
That's a tall ask.
Temper your expectations there, sir.
Sorry.
Yes. Okay.
I mean, I try to write them at a 8th grade reading level, but maybe not.
Crypto trying to be all highbrow and shit.
Yeah, go lower. Lower, Crypto, lower. How low can you go?
Films and I write books because it's so much easier than putting on a comic book. I mean, look at it this way. Like, by the time the next issue of Cyberfrog gets out, I will have published 6 books.
Oh, so you're just lazy. Okay.
I know, right?
I'm just teasing, man.
You're just pumping them out.
I am.
Well, so do we want to give at least a rating scale? I mean, no need to give numbers, but were you guys happy with the book overall? And if there was another issue, would you back it again?
Yeah.
I'll
Definitely.
give it a 4 gills out of 5. No,
All right.
I would definitely back it again. Absolutely.
Alejandro
Amazing
needs
work.
to get in the game.
Amazing work or acceptable, passable? Where would you rate this?
Phenomenal.
Very high.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say phenomenal if the human characters were just modified differently. You know, like just the style he used. But other than that, yeah, it's pretty high.
I will say though, this is another story that's a little hard for me to judge completely because it is incomplete. You know, it's chapter 1. That being said, for for this opening chapter, one of the strongest openings that I have read in a very long time.
Yeah.
Incredible, so strong that, like I said, it's actually really bumming me out. Thanks, Crypto.
It's not my fault. It's Alejandro's fault.
I know, but I'm shooting the messenger. So
I'm jealous that you got feedback from Alejandro, and I couldn't even get him to respond to my request.
Well,
for an
I
interview.
run a very popular YouTube channel.
Yeah, I wish I had one of those.
That's what I'm here to try to help you ride my coattails. We'll see.
Oh, well, get bigger coattails. I'm kind of.
I
I'm
know,
kind of
right?
A
I
wide
wish.
load. Yeah.
I wish I can't get my view count up. I get my sub count up every day, but not my view count.
I need handles for your coattails. I keep falling off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with that, I guess I can bring up some news articles. The link is in the chat if people want to jump in. Thank you to the reviewers. If any of you have to go, I totally understand, but I appreciated you being here and giving your thoughts.
What's the first article, though?
First article is
it better not be Amber Heard.
yeah. I wasn't gonna go with the Amber Heard turd because I'm just I'm really over that.
Well, basically, she took
yeah.
a shit in the bed.
Actually, I always get flack for this when Moonshine is on, but I think I wouldn't mind bringing up my Twitter feed because I had some interesting stuff there.
Transgender author. There it is. That's the one.
So why is it Moonshine here? Did Moonshine not back this?
No, he didn't.
Oh,
Yeah.
it sucks to be Moonshine. This is one of the best books.
Dude, seriously.
Yeah, he misses out on a lot of the good projects. I don't know why they go under his radar, but some of them just do.
Okay.
What about Eric Larson spurging on Ethan Van Sciver?
What?
Yeah,
What happened there?
this is a thing. So, bringing this up, Eric starts off and he says, okay, let me take a step back because this starts off with Eric accusing.
I was gonna say that's the back of Reservoir Frog, and it looks just like Eric Larson's art.
Yeah. So here is Eric Larson actually did do, I think, a page for Ethan. This is where all of this is stemming from.
I actually have it. It's Cyber Frog Reservoir Frog #1.
Right. And Eric out of the nowhere decides to post. And actually, this is in reply to Comicsgate L's, which I don't know if anyone knows is.
So what did Comicsgate L's post, though? How did it start? Start at the beginning, well read.
You want me to go all the way back there? I didn't bookmark that.
Well, just go scroll up. Isn't it just right there?
No, this is a screenshot.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. I didn't really think that was needed to set the context. Here, he's basically just accusing EVS of ripping him off. And he says, the best ideas EVS could come up with is to swipe my Cyberfrog cover. And he's referring to this image on the back here of this woman.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely Eric's art.
And then Ethan is drawing something similar for Heather, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I don't know, feels like a very traditional pose to me in comics. Like, I'm positive I've seen this a million times elsewhere. I don't know if it's a direct necessarily.
No, he did 2 homage for warts and all. He did 2 homage. He did an homage to Walt Simonson's Cyberfrog and to Eric Larson's Cyberfrog.
Okay. And then people are also pointing out that Eric has a tendency to do quote unquote homage. Here's an example of one of his Amazing Spider-Man covers referencing an old Incredible Hulk. Here's a more direct reference from Savage Dragon. I feel like this is very intentional though, because like just looking at the numbering, 241 and 141.
Oh, it's identical. I mean, it's exactly the same. The fingers are posed the same. Everything. It's
I mean, even the face. This isn't like the typical Savage Dragon face. He modified it to make it look like the Hulk's face.
Yeah, but let's play devil's advocate. On the signature, did he write Larson after or anything to that effect?
No.
Ooh, bad move, Eric.
Wah wah.
Yeah, because EVS did that on Warts and All. I have it over there if you want me to pull it out.
Yeah, pull it out for us,
it looks like he
DG.
traced it. He traced that.
So here's more. And Ethan points out redrawing Eric Larson's Heather Swain for the back cover of Cyberfrog, Warts and All.
August 2020.
Yeah.
It's 2022. What are we? Is this?
Yeah.
This is modern, current.
He's digging in the vaults for this.
Wait, what? Yeah. So you scrolled through this to be.
Wait, has Warts and All come out?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I feel
Okay,
like this is.
okay.
I feel like this was Larson taking a stab here. This is. If you have to go that far back, this is
definitely.
like, hey, I'd like to find something to be offended at this guy. Let me scroll and see if I can find something. 2 years later.
So can we get that into focus?
I'm trying.
What does it say after Larson?
It says, it's got Ethan's signature and it says after Simonson and Larson.
Oh, okay.
And then it has Kyle's signature underneath that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just Eric taking a dig.
Yeah. Not sure.
Well, Comicsgate's taking a lot of digs at Eric.
Well, it's usually responding to things Eric has said. Eric likes to say dumb things. Taking the hard, I hate you, but I'm swiping from you because I'm creatively bankrupt stance.
Ooh, that's not a good look.
Yeah.
To say.
So Ethan has. Okay. Before we get to that, how is this guy an adult? I don't hate you, Eric. You're just kind of a jerk on Twitter. And Savage Dragon has become really weird. Nothing personal. Your cover for Reservoir Frog 1 is part of Cyberfrog's history, so I attributed it and Simonson's cover for the collected edition. Right. And then Ethan posits a theory on why Eric is doing this. Oh, hold up. Just figured it out. Eric Larson is coming after me as a way of making amends for his tweet thread about hoping shitty new Iron Man, Riri Williams, African-American female, will flop.
That's possible. That's a theory. That's definitely a theory. Purely speculation, but possible.
So is this all a big deflection from Eric Larson?
Well, it's weird that Eric is like bringing this up. Like, this is the thing I'm not understanding is where's Eric's original tweet? Like, what? It was the thing to the Comicsgate L's or whatever, right?
You want me to look up that account?
Well, I'm just curious. Like, how did this start? Like, I think it's so weird that like Eric remembers drawing this cover 25 years ago. And it's like it's stuck in his craw. That's really weird.
That's probably what it is. That he's probably been, it's probably been eating at him that he's got a part of this Cyberfrog history. And, but I want to know, how did he pull out, how did he get, because he didn't, I mean, unless he did, but you got to figure he didn't back Warts and All. You know what I mean? So, how did it even cross his desk that, it was even a thing?
Well, because somebody sent it to him, obviously, because Ethan invoked his name in 2020. It's just weird that he's holding on to it so long. So weird.
2 years later, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot happening on this account. I don't know if I'm going to find it necessarily, but
I think Ethan is definitely onto something here. I do think it is very possible. Occam's razor would say, yeah, it's because Eric got feedback for being the newest member of Comicsgate.
Hey guys, I'm still on the team. Don't cancel me. Did they ever set up the union in Image, or did that fall through?
I think that fell through.
Oh well.
Democrats apparently don't like the unions anymore. Isn't that weird? Sure like their votes.
Yeah, they don't like anything that costs them actual money.
I actually give big props to Jim Valentino for pulling off all their names from like the last comic book he published through Shadowline. I thought that was so ballsy. I'm not a pro-union guy. I mean, in a way I am, but in another way I'm not.
Well,
The unions have gone too far, let's face it.
CG is kind of a union, but we're more of a community. But
No, we're not.
we're still in
CG's not a
union. We're in union with
Talking
each
about.
other. We're
Getting fucking
unified
benefits from this?
by our love for each other.
Any benefits at all from this? You get shit on by the mainstream for this.
And by each other.
And by each other, yeah.
We're just a bunch of fecal files, I think.
No, I'm going to pass on that. But
We like to take crap from everybody, apparently. That's the whole reason to be in CG. Yeah, there's nothing on this thing, and it goes on, oh my gosh, like forever. I did see one thing interesting here that maybe is worth showing and discussing. Let me just quickly bring it up and see what you guys think of this. So this is a bit weird. I'm not sure why this occurred, but maybe there's some history there. You guys can help shed some light there. Doug Ernst, he says, I unfollowed this guy, referring to that umbrella guy, because I don't care about hearing about Amber Heard every day. And then he blocked him.
well, I mean, isn't there an option to just like, well, you don't want to mute a person either, but
I prefer to mute.
yeah, but then like if the person tags you, you don't see it, right?
Right.
Well, like there should be a third option like they have on Facebook where you can just like snooze a person so that you don't see their stuff unless it involves you.
Yeah, but no, the reason why I would mute them is because I don't want to see what they're like talking shit about because I don't give a fuck, and they don't know that they're muted. You know, like when you block them, they know you blocked them. But when
Well,
you're
no,
muted,
but I mean like on Facebook, if I like snooze you for like let's say 90 days, I won't see any of your posts. But if you tag me in something like you're trying to draw my attention, it's for like people you don't hate, but you're tired of hearing about their drama.
no,
You know what I mean?
No, right. Yeah. So, are you saying Doug Ernst should have just had that option?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or exercise that.
I wish Twitter had that option. It's not like
Right.
no. I mean, you can. Yeah, I think this is stupid. Like anybody can follow and unfollow whoever the hell they want. And why are you like obsessed with who's following you?
Yeah.
Like that's weird. How do you know this person unfollowed you?
Yeah, that's weird.
Well, I can vouch for that. I actually have an unfollow app because you got a lot of those signal booster follows. They'll follow you, you follow them back, and they unfollow you because they're just trying to build up their follow list.
Yeah.
So I have it specifically for that because I'm like, fuck you. You're not gonna. If you want to follow me and I'll follow you because we're in this. You're an artist, I'm an artist. You're into comics, I'm into comics or music or whatever. That's cool. But if you're just gonna follow me to build up your follow list and then unfollow me the next day, so then I just go back and unfollow them. I'm like, I'm not gonna go tip for fuck that shit. You're gonna pull that shit off of me.
I have people
there.
do it.
Do you ever wonder why Douglas Ernst stopped following that umbrella guy? Do you think it's possible it could be something more than just being tired of Amber Heard?
I mean, speaking of like just having streams EFAPing other streams, his streams are literally just showing the court proceedings.
So what money's that?
Yeah, I mean, he gets 3K live views doing it, so more power to him. But man, I mean, I think a couple of other people have done the same thing. When the court proceedings are happening, they just stream them on their channel and they build up a following doing that. It's weird, but it works.
Well, I think you have to at least provide some commentary. Like, you don't want to just sit there and just watch it with them. Because then why wouldn't you just go to the same stream you're watching?
Well, like Nick Rekieta blew up again, but his channel got a lot of subs, a lot of live views from streaming the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. And I think even George Peter Kansas was jumping on that bandwagon just because it was working for so many people.
Yeah, he's doing it more in a mocking way, right? Because he calls himself Rhetorical. Because he's basically just saying what the obvious is what George's shtick is.
That sounds like a George joke.
Yeah.
Obviously, doesn't really make a lot of sense to other people. Speaking of unfollows being a huge issue, I think we're uncovering here Unfollow Gate in Comicsgate because there seems to be a slew of unfollows just ravaging our community, unfortunately. That umbrella guy.
Gosh, who cares?
Exactly. I'm gonna torture everybody with this. Unfollow
No, like
Gate.
it's. I think it's so funny and how the weird parasocial aspect of social media, where people take things like unfollowing so personally.
That's why it's funny.
It's so freaking bizarre.
That's why it's funny to make.
The next
YouTube
person to be
It's not even-
unfollowed in mass
Yeah.
is going to be well read.
It's not even Facebook. You weren't even unfriended. You were unfollowed.
Hey, listen, I don't care if you hate any of these guys, whether it's this D-Day Cobra or that Umbrella guy, or you hate Doug Ernst, just follow me, okay?
Okay. I'm just saying that
Unfollow. Follow me.
if I was following crypto comics around all day and then I stopped following him, I don't.
I didn't mean that kind of follow. I meant like
I just-
subscribe.
That's the only kind of follow Twitless knows.
Don't come to my house and follow me. okay?
I'm just going with what I know. I'm just saying that I don't feel like, crypto would turn around and say, "How dare you not follow me anymore?"
I wouldn't even know.
Yeah, you'd probably. Yeah, well, that's true. That's because I'm very discreet.
So we're clearly uncovering a massive conspiracy here, guys. Velnet is alluding to it. It's hard to take 18,000 unfollows personally.
Velnet is trans. Don't trust Velnet.
So I don't know if you guys know about this, but
Gender fluid.
just some guy lost on 18,000 follows.
What?
Yeah, overnight. Okay, so I'm going to set it up a little bit. Just some guy soft blocked myself. This is that umbrella guy posting. Dozens and dozens of others last night because of his slap fight with Rekieta Law and being called out for his further deep dive into politics, I guess. Disappointing. I like just some guy. He was fun on streams. I'll return the block and wish him well. You go, girl. That umbrella guy. And then D-Day Cobra says, he unfollowed me a few days after I tweeted support for Ron DeSantis. Never said anything bad about JSG, but he obviously needs his leftist echo chamber. Not surprising. This is all stemming from Velnet, who's very helpfully pointing out. Just some guy either blocked or force unfollowed 18,000 people, or all his Twitter followers were bots and got deleted. He literally has 97 followers left.
Yeah, I think it was up to like 165 when I looked, because I was like, oh, I used to follow just some guy. Do I still follow him? And sure enough, I was unfollowed. Like, I wasn't following him anymore. Yeah. So I don't know.
something happened to just some guy, and he just decided to dump all of his followers.
Oh, he dumped him?
I don't know what happened, how they all managed to unfollow him, but all of them are gone. I don't know if it was through a block or how that was done, but yeah, right here you can see.
Wow.
Yep.
In one day, yeah. It was probably some kind of like block bot thing. You know what I
This is
mean?
why kids don't use block bots.
Yeah, kids, be responsible with your block bots. Otherwise, you'll die on social media.
Right, it's like you have to just
Yeah.
tag it.
Well, he's still got 200,000 subscribers on YouTube.
So here's a little bit more. He's got 102 followers here, whereas here he had 8,000.
I have more followers than him now. Sorry.
That is really sad. Oh, wow. Twitless is dunking on somebody else's social media clout. What does the
Oh
world
my
come to?
gosh, I'm gonna die.
Okay. James Hayes points out just some guy comes across as a mental asylum patient in waiting.
Oh, really? I've never even listened to the dude.
I used to listen to his videos a lot, but he just, I don't know. It's like the same old shit over and over again.
Yeah, it seems like everybody has the same channel, basically.
Well, not us. I mean, we do
not you.
unique and brave, stunning and brave content here.
You do.
Yeah.
You're a real Megs Visaggio there, well read.
Oh, well, thank you there, Crypto.
I play music on my streams.
Well, you do. Yeah, you do open call-ins. Toodless, what do you do?
Gee. I don't. Hell if I know. Oh, right. It's right. I make comic books. I do that one thing that's insane.
Everybody does that.
Oh, okay.
Why is Darkif the only sane liberal? Asks Wilberforce Wooster.
I ask myself that every day. Every day.
Well, I mean, what happened? Where did you go wrong and decide you were no longer an insane liberal and decided to become sane?
I was never an insane. Like, that was the thing. Like, you know, I was your normal average 90s liberal guy. You know what I mean? Like, gay guys want to get married? Sure, go for it. You know?
It's called a Republican, dude.
I was going to say, nowadays, that's not even a...
Yeah. I describe it as remember those old 50s westerns where like TV shows or whatever, where like the guy be on the fake horse and the background would be moving behind him to make it look like he was like trotting around on a horse. I'm still in the same position. Everything else just moved behind me. That's how I look at it.
I'm wondering if the point you went insane was when you found out that I was actually the puppet master behind Joe Biden. There is some secret footage that was recently released where I am giving directions to Joe Biden. So I actually run the country, if all of you did not know this. Here's me
doing this.
directing Joe. What? What am I doing? Come on. Everybody knows now. The secret's
What a
out.
dad joke. Jeez.
I am the
Granddad joke.
master. I'm the handler of Joe Biden. Full confession, full disclosure. This is reality. Here's me telling old Joe what to do. Joe, look at the bunny.
Yeah, come on. Let's go.
Bye, Joe. So there. Okay. Everybody knows. I'm sorry, Crypto. It was going to get out at some point. There's no point in hiding it anymore.
Next thing you know, those pictures are going to come out of you doing cocaine with Hunter and Malia Obama.
Those are good times. I mean, you should see the snout on Melania. She's really got a honker.
Melania, that's Trump's wife.
Well read, please.
You don't even know
Please
who you're talking about. Jeez.
No, what's Obama's daughter's name?
Sasquatch and Malarkey.
You're evil.
Little Malarkey Obama.
I'm missing moonshine all of a sudden. I shouldn't have
Well,
to
I mean,
put up
find something else to
that.
drink then.
Well, there's some bleach, so I'll be okay. Let's see. What about the new Thor trailer? Do we hate this as well?
Dude, yeah. It makes me want to eat a Tide Pod.
It's literally the last scene that kills it. Because otherwise...
No, it's the last scene, isn't
No,
it?
it's the first 5 seconds. It's
the whole thing is an abortion.
I don't know.
MCU typical boomer.
Well, okay, yeah. If you're, I mean, if you're okay with like the standard cookie cutter MCU movie that we got the first 10 years,
It's worse than that. It's worse than that because
You act like those were bad.
yeah. It's worse than that because what they've done, they can't decide who Thor is. In one movie, he'll be a Nordic character, and the next movie, he'll be like, dude, like bro. He'll be this like bro guy from a sitcom.
No, he's much better as the bro guy.
And they'll flip back and forth, and they'll never. It's so.
He's a
inconsistent.
complicated man, Twitless.
Well, it seemed like that's what they were kind of like getting to with this, right? Like he trimmed out, he was getting back into something other than that one thing where like with him and.
I hate sitcom bro, and especially when it's wearing Nordic god clothes. It's ugh.
How often do you get to see that? Come on.
Well, I mean, let's be honest about one thing.
How often do you get to see a turd that's dressed up
every
I
year.
mean, I don't know. Are you in Johnny Depp's bedroom?
Yeah, exactly. Let's be honest, though. Norse god Thor was pretty boring.
I disagree. I disagree. I think he could have been done better. But
So you agree that he was boring?
No, I don't think he was boring. I just
Okay,
think
then
that,
what could have been done better? What was it about him that was flawed if it wasn't just boring?
I think the pacing. If we're talking about like the first Thor film, I think the pacing needed to be reworked a bit.
You know, it was a better movie than the first Thor film, Starman with Jeff Bridges, and I wanted to fucking kill myself when I was 9 years old and it come on the television.
and the first one was better than the second, so it just got
What?
progressively.
No, the second one is the best of them all.
Dark World, really?
Yeah. Are you kidding? Of course it is.
See, I agree with this. Chris Hemsworth and Chris Pratt are hilarious together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but what about when they're bisexual together, like in Thor: Soy and Thunder?
Oh boy.
Twitless wants a real man, not a pathetic beta like him.
Darn right.
Twitless is more of a gamma. Come on.
That is not true. I am not a gamma. You'll hear from my internet lawyers.
Well,
You're more of a theta.
For me, it seemed like they were gonna take him back to like being.
I'm
like,
a delta. You
Thor,
take that back.
He's gonna buff up and become a big toughy again. See, this is like Kathleen Kennedy took over. This is like a woman's dream. He's like a fragile little baby bird, and then a strong, independent woman's gonna show up.
Right. Well,
she's gonna help him become a man again.
That's what I was gonna say. Right. So like, it's like the trailer has this whole lead up to him like supposedly like becoming Thor again, and then no, he's not Thor. This chick is, and it's like, okay,
You
so
realize
then what's
that
the
making
point
him
of the movie?
You realize that making him the sitcom dude bro is totally what allows them to set it up like this.
You realize that making him and Chris Pratt in a romantic comedy is freaking stupid?
Giving them a bromance?
I'm already not. I'm not addressing that point.
Why aren't we addressing that? Because that's what this is all about. This is cosplay homosexuality disguised as a Marvel movie.
Romances are not gay. Explicitly. Maybe closeted. Okay, so they're kind of gay. I agree. They're totally gay, but they are really funny.
No, they were really funny. There's nothing in this that is looking remotely
this
funny.
Conversation right now.
There's nothing in this entire trailer that looks remotely funny.
It's not like they're sword fighting or anything.
They're crossing streams together.
They could cross some streams. Bros do that.
That's when they piss in the toilet together because they're two homosexual men enjoying their lives.
In the shower. Let's keep it
sanitary. Was there an experience at summer camp you want to that you're trying to?
Yeah, all the other kids got molested by a homosexual except for me, and I've never forgotten it.
Okay.
Oh, you poor thing! Come see Twitless. He'll fix that for you.
I went to an all gay boys high school, and all the other kids always made fun of me. Always said, "Hey Matt, where you going to get some pussy?"
Haha! You're not gonna get molested by the camp counselors, you dork.
I hate everything about this conversation.
I already disavowed it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bring up the bad memories from when we were at summer camp together.
All that childhood rejection that you got.
I told you to stay in the cabin.
Twitless stayed in the cabin, that's for sure.
Twitless is in the freaking Republican Party log cabin.
I didn't go to summer camps. You piss off.
That's because you had allergies.
Okay.
Do you know if I wanted to? Never mind. I'm not going to get into that story.
Oh well, that's a pretty good setup.
Probably a smart one.
Yeah.
Play the Soy and Thunder trailer.
Let's watch it. 1 sec.
Is this brunette Thor running through the woods, and he's going to grow up to become a beautiful blonde Aryan?
That's a natural transition. What do you mean?
It is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He just has to identify.
For Brazil.
It's natural the other way around.
He took hormone suppressors.
You could start off as a blonde as a kid and grow into being a dark-haired adult. But
that is true.
That was me. As a kid, I had blonde hair, and then it got darker as I got older. But I've never seen it the opposite way.
There are no stakes in a dude bro sitcom romance except will they or won't they, points out Velnet. So Velnet seems to be echoing your sentiments there, Crypto. And Crypto just wanted to be part of a group. He was too ugly to get molested. Yeah.
True. Amit Rana loved the cross-dressing scene in Romeo and Juliet starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes.
That one and the Mel Gibson cross-dressing scene in whatever that movie is where he dressed like a woman.
What Women Want.
What
I
Women
made
Want.
that up. That might not. I don't think that happened. I don't know. I never saw that.
I think that was the name of the movie, though.
Are you thinking of Tu Wong Fu? Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I am thinking
Hedwig
of
and
this.
the Angry Inch.
No.
Okay.
Any others? Let's
Female
check out
Trouble.
Yes, that one. I have those every day.
I like Divine.
Bloody Black Holes. All right. Let's check out the trailer.
These hands were once used for battle.
No, I
Now they're
plant
but humble
trees.
tools for peace.
What's wrong with peace?
I'm
Give
done.
peace a chance.
I'm done. Get me out. Get me out. Get me out.
I know. You know what really bothers me is the Guns N' Roses too. Like Sweet Child of Mine.
I will say that was
Yeah,
a very poor choice for a movie trailer. I love Guns N' Roses. I love Sweet Child of Mine, but it's
the most. It's literally just like, oh hey, it's remember this. Remember this boomer music. It's totally gonna make this film like relevant.
whoa. You dropping
said
the
it.
boomer music.
I
Damn,
said it.
Twitless.
That's
Way to be
Generation
ageist.
X. It's not boomer.
Yeah. It's not Sinatra, Twitless.
Okay, you realize that boomer doesn't literally mean.
Thor's got
Well, I mean, if you're talking generational, yeah,
under
it's the
his
baby
skin.
boomers.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, exactly.
Right. That's okay. Twitless, I'm gonna knock you in the head.
That's fine. That's fine. It's in terms of generational. It's the fact that it's like old people stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now that you're done insulting every person that's ever going to watch this.
How old are you,
stream,
Twitless?
Apparently not old enough.
He's a
Apparently
zoomer. Apparently,
not old enough to appreciate generation.
Are you only in your 20s?
He's a tween.
Yeah.
He's tweenless.
No, seriously. Are you only in your 20s?
Well, you can tell my voice hasn't dropped yet.
No, I thought you were like 45.
He's prepubescent. He's waiting
He's
for those hairs
45.
to pop up.
Don't let him fool you. He's 45.
More boomer than all of us. Put together.
Yeah, I'm older than all of you. That's the real.
I
big
do think
brain
you are.
trick.
Yeah, I do think you are. Yeah, that's why you're hesitant to say your age.
So apparently the music is going to get me struck.
Yeah, it definitely is going to get you struck. You should just mute it. Like, we don't need it anyways to see this piece of shit.
But it has all these great lines in it.
No, it doesn't have any good lines in it.
It does.
No, it really
Like where
doesn't.
he walks away and he doesn't want to fight Thanos.
Yeah, he doesn't want to fight. He's a wimp.
This
And he goes-
July, see, it's totally retro.
The best part is the font that they use.
No, I was going to say that's the other thing that kind of irks me about it is the font that they use.
That scene is horrible looking. And then, oh, look at that. Look at that plastic lightning bolt. That's so stupid.
That's
There's a
pretty
dead
cool.
animal there.
So apparently
I
that
didn't
shot
have
came. That shot was apparently straight from. a
Oh,
comic.
Hogwarts. Hello. Let's go
The
back to
shot,
Hogwarts
with
for
the
a minute.
shot with the dead like dinosaur thing. That's like straight out of the God Butcher.
This is like the lesbian Hogwarts. It's called Labia Warts.
Okay, not this shot, not this awful shot. Get
What?
that off.
No, you don't
the
like
screen.
Hogwarts? You don't like Harry Potter? You don't like the new Black Harry Potter?
This
Mixing
is
with
your
Thor?
new dean, Witless.
Oh, jeez.
Bow before her mastery.
That's right.
Stop.
Expelliarmus.
No. Go back a little previously when you with the ice and
God,
ice
you know what?
player
You know
or
what this movie needs more of? This movie could really use more angry black women.
Why
Yeah,
is she
so let's
You
get
know what
in
there's
there.
not enough of in life? Angry black women.
Should just have that everywhere, especially in the drive-thru when I'm ordering
Remember when
food.
angry
I love
black
them.
women used to be like a trope and funny, and now it's like
A real thing.
they're taking it seriously. No,
Yeah.
you weren't supposed to emulate that.
And now everybody is.
They all
Hey,
thought,
Bianca Zombies, welcome
they
to
all
the
thought
chat.
the 90s television show Martin was a drama. They wanted to follow like that.
Apparently,
Well,
they thought Fresh Prince was a drama. 'cause
yeah,
the
exactly.
Reboot is. You know?
The show nobody wanted. So dramatic reimagining. What did you want me to go back to, Twitless? The ice scene?
Yeah, go
Yeah.
back to like the Hoth planet. Okay, so what a little previous? Where is it?
Yes,
Yeah.
there it
Okay.
is.
You
So
look at that giant thing.
apparently this comes like straight out of I think the God Butcher, which is
The
I
only
think
difference is it's just Thor standing on the rock, but in this one it's him.
I
and
mean,
the
like
other
that's
dude.
it's pretty darn close. So like I will.
No,
I
it's
will
like
give,
literally shot like to the panel, like literally.
right.
like-
Exactly. So I'll give the movie the fact that at least someone in the production looked at a comic. So,
Yeah.
which is more than some of these films can.
Can you
say.
go back to that really fruity shot of him like smiling as the hammer turns into like a pride parade weapon?
I missed that. Did that happen?
Yeah, that happened.
I think I know what you're talking about. It's
Yeah, you know.
Well, the Bifrost
yeah.
is the Bifrost is the Rainbow Bridge. You can't get around that.
Is it here? Or it's further back?
Let's just push play. What are you doing?
Well,
Push
because we're
play?
gonna get
God,
copyright
you're
struck
so
with the music
far
again.
back now. Like we got to suffer through this again.
Okay,
What have
I'll
you
forward
done?
it. It's
First,
only a
he's got to
minute.
get his little axe.
Yeah, I forget where I saw it, Twillis, but somebody actually pulled up
I'm
a shot
getting
of the
shape.
panel and put it next to the
Mhm.
frame
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
movie.
they're like exactly the same.
This is 100% a Forrest Gump reference. Doesn't that look like a Bubba Gump shrimp shirt?
Yeah,
No.
it is a Forrest Gump reference. In
Hey,
the
isn't
last
it
one, he was the dude.
Isn't it cool when Marvel references stuff? That really
That never
that's,
happens.
That's
Oh,
deep.
look, he's on
content right
Avatar
there.
World.
Okay, I don't know where there's rainbow
It's coming up.
hammer.
It's coming up.
Did you
Here it
just
comes.
imagine? Did you just imagine that from summer camp?
No, it's coming. Watch.
Now that's supposed
He
to be
sees-
Olympus, right?
Right after these kisses and stuff.
Hmm.
So I wonder if they're gonna bring Hercules.
Right
in.
there. Look at this fruitcake. Holy shit.
He's a happy little boy.
Who's this for? 6-year-olds? Give me a break. What am
Let
I
him
looking
enjoy
at here?
his rainbow
Why
hammer.
is he so happy right now?
Because he's rebuilding his pathways around the.
Because he's dude bro. Damn, I can't speak.
Boudreaux.
He's Boutros Ghali.
He's dude bro Thor. Come
Oh,
on.
I hate Dude Bro Thor so much.
If you do go in the very beginning, you don't have to go back now, but in the very beginning, there that running montage where he's getting older as he's running. I think it's the second one where he's like a teenager. He's wearing his actual like traditional Kirby Thor outfit.
Yeah, that was like the only good thing was when he looked like the little girl from Adventures in Babysitting.
Give them your money. It has Easter eggs in it. Come on. Isn't that your childhood dream come true to see Jack Kirby Thor on screen?
Wooster says we've devolved into fandom rejects.
He looks like he's coming out to his parents in this shot. He's just so happy to finally tell him and get it off his chest.
Jabba's always here. In
So here's
spirit.
the thing: we're all fandom rejects. We just don't put the rejectable stuff in front of us. But if you do, we're just gonna all devolve instantly.
Devolving could be good. I mean, it works for Thor.
He's flying on one of those ships like Michael Jackson flew on in the video for Childhood.
All right, let's suffer through the last few seconds of this.
I like the
guess.
cruise ships in the background.
I like the worlds. I like this scene. I don't know why nobody else likes this. This is good.
No, it's funny. It is.
It's funny.
What does he say right there?
Can I get away with playing just this one little
Probably.
clip?
Eyes of the people that you love.
Oh, and they
People
have
that he
to
loves.
ramp
He
up the
loves all
music.
those people.
Yeah,
Where's Gamora?
Look how fat this guy got.
He's getting old.
Never going back to wrestling. That's for sure.
Well, you can always do sumo wrestling.
Not me.
What? Just listening.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
Thor
He's
loves
good. Oh
him.
man, that was the biggest laugh of the movie. Oh,
Will they? Won't they? Just like Villeneuve
Thor:
said.
Soy and Thunder, coming soon on your
No,
face.
the biggest laugh of the movie is right here. That's the real Thor dude, bro.
Look how they airbrushed her arms to look bigger.
Is that what they did, or has she
Yeah.
been working out?
She's buff.
No, they
She's
did it. They
working
did it
out.
for I think Tom Holland too. I think they did something to make him look a little bit bigger than he actually is.
Like Leonidas in 300.
I will say that Natalie Portman definitely looks very attractive when half her face is covered.
Mm-hmm. She looks great in a helmet.
I was going to say, even that cheap little plastic hammer that she has to carry, it looks too heavy for her. So, the panel doesn't suck. Oh, thanks, James Hayes. If they take a leap of faith off a cliff, well, that might work. They can find their audience. I don't know where we're supposed to be leaping, though, to find that audience.
We're just leaping into Longharbor, apparently.
We're just going to leap in place. Just jump up and down. See what happens.
How did she get the power to wield the hammer?
She slept with him.
I don't know, but it is.
I can't wait for them to completely ignore their own canon. Does anyone remember Age of Ultron, when the entire all the Avengers tried and Cap barely budges it, and then was it Endgame? It was kind of like an arc to see. Oh yeah, I knew it. Cap was actually the only other person who was worthy, and so it had this huge payoff.
I don't know if you got the memo, Twitless, but the future is female.
You're right, and so there we have it. The story is now complete.
Well, they set up these great things, and then just let you down with them, right?
See, here's the funny part.
Here's somebody else.
The way the MCU approaches Thor now, by making him a complete joke, this would be practically a punchline. I bet it won't be this huge, awesome, payoff of maybe watching Jane become a more worthy human being. It'll be just LOL, I've always been worthy. And
right. They did the same thing with the Captain Marvel movie, right? This big payoff. The big payoff for Fury. Trusting someone and losing an eye was a cat. And Captain America, the first Avenger. Well, no, not really, because we didn't come up with the name until we learned about Carol's, flight name, and then we named everything the Avengers. So. They're just destroying what they built.
Yeah, they're ruining their own lore, which is really kind of funny because they even I wouldn't say the MCU has the best lore, but they actually set up some decent lore points, the Avengers with Coulson and stuff like that. And it's no, let's just make those cheap punchlines.
Yeah.
Progressive Democrats are locusts.
I feel like this statement here is heresy. One thing is for certain: this movie will still be better than the Batman Snorefest.
Dun, 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 dun,
Did all of you see the Batman?
You guys didn't like it? I liked it.
I liked it a lot. Twitless apparently loved it. He's memorized the theme music.
Taking a Nirvana song and turning it into your theme song is fucking kick ass. I don't care what you say.
Oh jeez.
Did you watch the new Batman, Crypto?
I did not, no. Should I have?
Well, I liked it. I saw it 3 times.
You saw it 3 times?
I saw it 3 times because I take my kids to the movies, and it was the only thing playing in the IMAX theater 3 weekends in a row. So we watched it 3 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I just watched it, and I've watched it a few times because it just came on HBO Max. So I was like, fuck it, I'll get it for the month.
What about you, Twitless? What did you think? Tell us why we're all wrong.
I don't watch movies. I don't get out much. I don't know if you can tell.
Watch movies.
You don't watch movies, but you've memorized the theme song to Batman.
Yeah, you watch a lot of trailers. Apparently.
I spend a lot of time on the internet, and things just kind of come into you by osmosis.
Wilforce says.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Doug.
I was just gonna say no. I think it was a great movie. I think the one line is the only thing that sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, the rich white whatever.
Yeah, they could have just left white out of that, and I think everybody who's made under $100,000 all their life would totally be understand what's going on there. But because you have to throw the word white in there, it's I'm down with going after the privileged elites, but now you threw white in there, and you got a woman who's running for mayor and basically winning in the polls up until the current mayor gets killed. How are you going to even pull that line off when you literally have a black privileged elite?
Yeah,
in your cast.
That's the Barack Obama election all over again. It's let's cure racism by electing a black president. Surprise, racism is not cured. It's 10 times worse than it was before. We lied. All of your votes are now the opposite of what you meant them to be. Risey says Batman was garbage, so clearly it was.
Hey, I left a link in the chat to the new Batman trailer. We can watch that. It's really good.
I think I know exactly what this is.
I hope so. It's
just a
awesome.
sec. I'm gonna have to wait for it to get to it first.
Oh, I thought I put the time in. 18 minutes and like 25 seconds, maybe?
Yep. So I saw this earlier today.
Yeah, let's watch this. This is awesome.
Pretty funny. Cool. Share screen. Bye, Natalie Portman. We will miss you.
See you later, bitch.
We hardly knew you from Black Swan. So here we go. This is the new Batman trailer.
Yeah, this is great.
I swear by heaven, I'll kill you all.
All adds up to a sinister riddle.
Hello? Batman speaking. What kind of creature would gobble up a bird in a tree? The penguin. How come Batman doesn't dance anymore? You grace us with your presence.
The whole world in uproar. Prepare Batcopter for immediate takeoff. Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Who did that? That's awesome.
That's how you make a movie. That's by a group called Corridor Crew.
These deepfakes are getting really out of control.
That was more than deep fake though, man, because those were like actual images from the TV show that they like blended into the trailer.
It's
of the
like
movie.
deepfake plus that. What's that thing that they do that lets you like turn a photo and it makes it sing and animates it?
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name of it. I played around with that app.
Someone made a joke once about the idea that one day you'll be able to just like sit at a computer and type the movie you want, and then AI will just make it. And I kind of rolled my eyes at that, but then seeing trailers and stuff like, seeing stuff like this makes me actually think that that's going to be a real possibility at some point. You're just going to be able to sit at your computer and just be like, I want a movie where like Batman, but it's like the Christian Bale Batman, and then like faces off with Christopher Reeve's Superman, and you just like hit enter, and then AI just like makes the movie.
That'd be weird.
I mean, yeah, it sounds like a thing. I don't know. I've seen that for images, but I haven't seen that for a movie yet.
Not yet, but it's
Getting
when
there.
you see stuff like this, yeah, it's it's kind of frightening.
I want to know why Risey isn't coming in here to rekindle his love for crypto comics.
What do you mean? Why? When did he stop loving me?
Well, I have an image here of the last time you two got together. It didn't go so well for Risey. So,
Oh boy, here we go. What's this?
Yeah.
movie?
This is the last time Risey tried to give his love to crypto, and look at what happened. How could you, crypto? He just wanted a hug.
I am left-handed. That's interesting.
Yeah. See? And actually, he was slapping you, I think. So this occurred mid-slap. He was giving you a little love tap on your face.
I mean, I did, in fairness, I did make fun of a woman's hair.
Well, and you called her a woman, and you didn't know whether or not she actually was one. So you
That's
clearly
true.
you
I
misgendered
didn't give her
the
the old
Risey.
Crocodile Dundee check.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Emmanuel Macron predicted to win the French election again. Wow.
Shocker. Nobody saw
People
that
never
coming.
learn.
Yeah.
How can they all be rioting in the streets and then go vote for the guy? It's amazing. It's almost like elections aren't even real anymore. Isn't it weird?
I think in France, though, they have a lot of safeguards in place. I don't have any reason to be skeptical of those results. And just looking at the polling distribution, like when you see the populations that are voting for Le Pen versus Macron, you kind of also understand why he's winning. So he trounces her with like 60-plus-year-olds, the actual boomers that Twitless was deriding earlier. You ageist. But yeah, every other group, she wins basically. So makes sense to me. And that's the reason why the world sucks today.
Yeah,
With that, yeah, a lot of dead air.
France sucks.
Yeah, let's talk about French
Always
politics on our comic book show. That's it's a good segment.
We touch every corner of the world here, Twitless.
We could at least touch on, like, French comics or something.
Okay, well, French science fiction films are amazing. I'm a big fan of Dante 01 by Marc Caro, who is the co-director of classic films like Delicatessen and City of Lost Children with Junot.
Let's talk about why the French comics didn't touch crypto either when he was.
French comics are boring. That's why.
What you take that?
They
back.
make for better movies than they do comics.
That is not true. God, I have.
He'll take it back when you take like your comment about.
Comment about boomers. Okay.
Well, in the last 10 minutes of this stream, I guess we can talk about things that are coming up. So Thursday.
Are we ending the stream in 10 minutes?
I was probably going to, unless.
Why? What happened? You have to go to bed?
No. I was actually, honestly, I was going to keep going. I was going to ask Dark Gift if he has nothing else going on. I'll do a music draw stream with him. But yeah, we can keep going if you had something that
you want to just start a new stream?
I was going to do a music draw stream if Dark Gift wants to do a music draw stream.
Oh, so it's just going to be the end of this stream and the start of a new stream?
Pretty much. But if you wanted to keep. If you want to keep this stream going, I don't have any more.
No, I don't. No, I think this one should stand on its own for Alejandro's sake.
Yeah, I don't have any more content. Like, I don't have any more articles to bring up or amazing, clever, insightful images from Twitter to share with all of you. So, yeah, what am I going to do?
I mean, I would, but I actually have some stuff to do before I crash and have to wake up for work tomorrow. But I would love to do one day. Yeah,
I'd love to do one. Absolutely. But,
and to answer James Hayes' question, I'm going to be doing the background and the colors digitally. Well, it's not really a question, it was a comment, but to let him know.
I'm curious how that image drawn by Dark Gift would look colored and with background. And Wolf4 says, tell us what you're doing on Thursday. Right. So on Thursday, we're going to be reviewing Twitless's Omega Girl. I finally got...
I don't believe it. I think something's going to happen and it'll get postponed or something.
Well, I mean, that boomer comment was pretty borderline abrasive. Twitless. I mean, gonna have to reconsider now. Maybe.
Okay, all right.
Either that or we're just gonna eviscerate it as a...
Yeah, okay, yeah.
We'll get crypto back here.
The review will come out when Longharbor 2 comes out. And
he'll do them...
just before Sovereign by Huerta comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, jeez. Dandy Andy Huerta. Whatever happened to him?
I haven't in a while, but I stayed in touch with him up until about 6 or 7 months ago on Facebook.
Damn.
He posts updates very rarely. And I didn't he get like some work, contract work or something from Wizards of the Coast or something?
That was like 2 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. He did at one point, like sometime last year, send me some. Well, it was a panel from a new page that he was working on. It was pretty good, but it wasn't the same. The style looked different than what we were used to, and I was like, "Are you changing your style?" And he said he was working with a little bit of a different style, but it was still basically the same.
So, is it for a comic that he was doing this? You said it's a panel, right?
Yeah, it was for Sovereign.
He's got a really awesome looking art style for his kind of like superhero slash, I wouldn't almost call it mecha, but armored hero kind of thing. And I backed it on the art alone. And then that was years ago at this point.
Yeah, man, that was December of 2018. You raised $40,000 and never delivered. Typical Comicsgate fashion.
Typical? It's not. It's atypical.
Is it?
Hey,
I don't think-
it'll come
it
out.
is.
It'll come out someday. Back,
Yeah, someday.
I'll be able to
Someday.
show it to my grandkids.
Yeah.
Oh, it finally came.
I mean, the number of creators that never delivered and never will deliver, it's a small fraction, frankly.
Oh, I don't know about that.
If you don't count Sovereign, because technically he does still post updates and is still supposedly working on the book and stuff like that. I've only been burnt on 4 out of like 200 campaigns, so it's not a bad ratio.
I mean, I guess like if waiting 3 years for a comic book is
Well, that's a whole different argument. I'm talking about
Okay.
ones that just don't come out. You know what I mean?
that's similar to not coming out.
Well,
Well,
I mean,
good.
Wait, how is that?
we got
similar?
Longharbor, right? It just took 3 years.
Longharbor was
but,
late. Yes,
but we finally got it.
correct.
And now is right with the world.
Well, I'll give Crypto a little credit. You know, for a while there, I didn't think it was coming out because, like, you know, it's a first time, no name person. You don't know them. You don't know. You know, are they grifting or what have you? So, you get a little skeptical with that. But when it's like, unless you're not referring to the king of late books.
Who's the king of late books? Donald DeLay?
No.
So
I guess
Huerta's
he's
up there, like at 4 years. Is there someone at 5?
Well, I mean, there's plenty of people who are, yeah. I mean, they're not comic skaters, but I can name off a few books that are like 10 years plus late.
I thought if we're talking about the Rob Liefeld one, I thought he finally delivered that one.
No. Pace. What's his name?
Oh yeah, Richard Pace.
Richard Pace is like 10 years late on
Yeah.
his book.
I think Martina's book is coming. She was giving updates on it recently.
Yes, she is.
I think people are coming to Martina, but that book ain't never coming.
Did you know I have a tangential 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon situation with Martina Marcota?
Oh my!
That sounds hot.
No,
Tell
it's
us
not as hot
all
as-
the lore
not
details.
Not as hot as it sounds. No, but like, you know how like
At which point do you penetrate?
I'm not even gonna lie, I wish. What you call it? No, back when she got like canceled from the whole burlesque thing, and people were like trying to like conspire to get her like from not working there, and then some people don't even believe that happened. Turns out my buddy Dean, that I've known for like 20 years, he used to run it's like a performance art show. It was like a gothic sideshow, skit thing. It was actually pretty cool. He ran that for years, and he had some connections in the burlesque world because he would hire burlesque dancers to do certain bits and pieces. And he was the one that sent her the screen caps of his Facebook group where they were conspiring to get her, cancel her from the New York burlesque scene.
This is the worst clout chase I've ever witnessed.
I didn't say it was a clout chase. I just said it was like a weird tangential. Because like because my buddy Dean and his girlfriend Jen, like I said, I've known them forever. They tune in and were watch my open mic show. Like they're like I have a few real life friends that tune into that one, and they were in the chat. And Finatra came on, and he was playing some of his music, and then he played. I don't know if he played the Martina one that he made or if he just brought it up, but he mentioned Martina's name. The full name. He said Martina Marcota, and my buddy Dean was like, "Oh, I'm friends with Martina," and I'm like, "How the fuck does he know Martina?" And then it dawned on me. I was like, "Oh, it's like the burlesque thing," because I was thinking comics. I'm like, Dean's not into comics or comics. He has no clue what any of this is about, So it's just one of those weird situations.
Don't you wish you were friends with Dean and Jen now, Crypto? Loser.
Who?
Dean and Jen. Close friends with Martina Marcota.
Dean and Jan?
No,
They
I was
singers
close
from.
friends. Dean and Jan.
I remember
Now
them.
you're talking boomer music.
They're good. I like surf.
Isn't she still suing people with other people's money? Ouch. I think she's done.
Yeah, I think she won.
Okay, so she gets to claim ownership of her likeness,
Yes.
which it's weird that that's a thing, but yeah, apparently it is. Next Sunday, I don't know yet what we're going to be doing. Have to put something together, but we'll see. So, yeah, at least there'll be some content coming up this week, Thursday and Sunday, hopefully. Fingers
There you
crossed. Yeah. So lots to look forward to. Any last minute plugs, guys?
Go to darkgivecomics.com and you can check out all the stuff that I'm involved in over there.
Lots of plugs.
Even if you don't know how to read, you can still back one of my books at enterthelostlibrary.com. You have 4 to choose from, 5 coming out next month.
Why is
Cool.
Wooster mentioning Lindy Beige?
I don't even know.
Don't know what that means.
He likes to plug Lindy Beige.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys just going to leave us in the dark and not tell us who Lindy Beige is?
I'll
He's
look it up.
he's a historian. He does a lot of stuff with like going over like medieval weapons and tactics and stuff. And he also I think covers stuff with like D&D as well. Oh, Lindy Beige. Oh, he has a light Kickstarter project. I did not know that. Okay. There's some people who like are into like HEMA and like swords essentially.
Right.
Medieval weapons. Shadowversity, if anyone knows him, it's part of that kind of crowd.
He's clearly got no clout on social media. Just 1.2 million subscribers. Kind of a small timer. Bit of a loser, actually. I have no respect for him whatsoever. So, yeah. It's weird. The social media success does not always translate to success in other areas. Oh, and Ethan is streaming, so that's and Elasmat is streaming. So that's why
it's a graphic novel. Okay, that's interesting.
Is that auction still going?
Oh, is that what he's doing? He's auctioning stuff tonight?
It's the the spring edition of the auction.
I guess we can EFAP it for just a second.
I'm glad he only did one day this time around instead of trying to do a full weekend again.
Oh, what is he selling? Is this from Wrecked Planet?
I don't know, but there was a lot of like people were walking away with some loot earlier.
That's a nice looking page. Who wants a piece, guys?
That is a nice looking page.
Removed pages from Wrecked Planet.
Removed pages?
I guess pages he's not using.
Wooster, are you going to be grabbing any of these? Well, Red didn't even subscribe. Brutal. He's got 1.2 million subs.
He drew and inked pages, then he had to remove them because he didn't write a story first. Are you freaking kidding me?
No,
I wonder it takes 3 years for these books to come out. Hire a writer, dude. Holy shit.
Or he rewrote.
Yeah, I mean maybe.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
I mean you're making a lot of assumptions there.
I'm just reading what it said, dude. If that's a removed page,
He
that's
did a
nutty.
rewrite.
That's nutty. Yeah, those occur before you start drawing.
Wooster says these are overpriced. It's only $1,000 if you back a page in the campaign, and it's 4 pages apparently. Yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about the auctions. Like, I feel like the prices go a little bit higher than what I'd be willing to pay for some of these.
I agree.
I drop $1,000 on it, but I don't know about $2,500.
We're gonna do a CG Slums auction.
And back one of my books well read. Back all my books well read.
What are you going to auction off? You're kidding me?
No. Just like a bunch of us.
Just the slums.
The slum artists.
I'm auctioning while long.
It still works.
I'm a lifelong smoker, but I need the cash.
No. Just like you do what like if I was gonna sell this, I would start the bid off at
That's a $5,000 perk, dude. He's gonna give away pages that actually smell like his home.
No, just be a bunch of us no-name guys.
I am just giving you crap.
He's gonna do it like Jackson Pollock. He's gonna start putting cigarettes out on his art and just selling that.
And we would do it like low starting bids, so people could actually afford it.
I've got a child from my first marriage. I'll auction him off too.
Yeah, that's the slums auction, definitely. I've got all this old clothing sitting around in my house. slightly tattered.
You're the
Anyone
king
want-
of like CG slum channels, though. Why are you mocking it?
Yeah, actually, I want to ask who gets credit for starting CG slums. I want to say it started here, but
I'm pretty sure it's Oz.
Well,
No,
but he never-
it's about the term. Where did the term originate? I would say it was either here or Finatra's, one or the other.
If it's the term, then it would be Kiwi Farms.
but they were
Probably-
talking about
it would-
this
it would be
channel.
It would be the
so-
thread on Kiwi Farms, probably.
Sheila Aliens came up with the term.
Was
That's
it?
right. Yeah. And okay, she was talking about all the Oz panelists. That's right. Yeah. So she was talking about me and Twitless and Spirit Scar and actually Dark Gift too. You're an
I
Oz.
hate all those people.
I'm an
Oz
Oz
reject.
alumni. Yeah.
He's crypto. Brutal. You hate everybody. CG is just the worst, isn't it?
Finatra's CG Skid Row.
Skid Row.
He's like Skid Row. I was gonna say like Puerto Rican prostitute lane.
Finatra is CG Flophouse.
Sinatra CG ghetto.
That's really big words coming from the slums. You know? The slums were like, oh, at least we're not the ghetto. Like,
Shouldn't be throwing stones in our glass houses, right? She also
we're
called
so
us.
much more respectable than as the slums.
I don't know. Is that a real picture of you, Jack Stafford? Do you actually look like you could be like Tony Soprano and Chris Pratt's kid?
No, I don't think so.
We salute you.
Yeah. 2,500 for Jameson Jones.
God, look at all these people. I don't even know who any of these people are. I don't even care who these. Oh, other than Dale Keown, I know him.
Yeah, how much would you pay for a Dale Keown page?
Yeah, that's probably worth like $2,000.
Yeah.
Easy. $3,000. Depends on what it's a page from, right?
Hmm.
I'd imagine his Hulk stuff probably goes for a small fortune.
Yeah, I bet it does.
Keown, PTP, Rainey.
Like what? So little old Mandy Summers is on here.
How much would you pay?
No wonder the channel doesn't grow. Now I
One
get
of
it.
these things is not like the others.
How much would you pay for a Mandy
Sorry.
Summers page?
I'm sorry.
How much would you
That
pay
was
for Mandy
mean.
Summers used
Shouldn't have said
underwear?
that.
Privilege.
I'm mean today, and I
125,
don't know
right?
why.
200?
Is she selling her bathwater yet? I'm waiting
yet.
for that.
She should.
I'll drop $1,000 on that.
I tell you what. I mean, I don't see why she hasn't yet.
Yeah. Bruce and
She's
T
a
in
smart woman. Everybody sleeps on her. If you ever talk to her personally, she's a smart woman. She knows what she's doing.
Of course
Yeah,
she knows
she's-
what she's doing. They all know what they're doing.
Yeah, she's very aware.
They're women. They just
course.
pretend like they don't know. Oh man, I remember when I was so excited to tune into this stream every night when it had on people who were interesting to listen to talk. It was good times back then. Good times. CG 2018 was rock solid.
Who was that back then?
Oh, Mike Miller and Doug TenNapel always butting heads over unicorns and rhinoceroses. Good times. Back when Cecil used to make fun of everybody instead of just being a lapdog. Yeah, it was way better back then. Brett R. Smith was on. That was good. He always got me fired up.
I don't remember Brett R. Smith.
No.
No. What did he? What did he? What
That's
kind
the
of
Tim
things
Lim
did he-
side of the CG coin.
Oh, okay.
He was the colorist on Drawbreakers.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting guy. Good YouTube personality.
I love Brett. Brett's highly political. Brett really loves 20th century pop culture. I really enjoy him. He's not really on YouTube though much. I think he tried a little bit, but just yeah. There's only so many channels, right?
Well, but now you have Renee's chair. Come on.
I don't know who that
How can
is.
you not? How can you not appreciate that?
Hmm.
And sometimes
Appreciate-
Renee.
It's Rainey.
I don't like girls with tattoos. Women shouldn't have tattoos.
You're a weird dude.
Are they
Well, I
dirty-
mean,
dirty,
yeah, for
filthy
the first
whores?
like 10,000 years of human existence, I wasn't a weird dude, but that's okay. You know,
It's amazing you've been alive that long.
First thing,
Wait,
you know,
whoa,
it
whoa,
starts
whoa,
with
whoa,
you
whoa,
liking
wait,
them with
hold-
tattoos.
hold on,
Before
hold
you know
on.
it, you're gonna like them with a dick between their legs, bud. Watch
Hold
out.
on. Oh gosh. I was just gonna say, can we just pause and appreciate the fact that Dark Gift called someone else a weird dude?
Why am I weird? I'm just a pothead, man.
What's the upper limit for tattoos on a chick before it's weird?
1.
You are a weird dude.
I think I've met two broads with tattoos I would date.
Chicks with neck tattoos.
Take back one of them.
That's a little too far.
I actually agree with Crypto on this one. I don't. But I usually try to keep my tastes private.
Yeah.
You guys just need to pull the G-string out of your twats already.
Hot women for Twitless and Crypto are ones that have dresses on down to their ankles, not showing anything.
No, that's not true at all.
No?
No.
What do you find attractive in a lured woman? How far can they push the envelope?
What do I like in a
you?
woman?
Yeah.
Me.
Well, I mean, there's
honestly, really, like, probably my favorite thing, tiny vagina. They have a tiny vagina. I like them.
That's a weird criteria to ask a woman about when you meet her in a bar.
Not if you meet them in a bar, it's not. Are you kidding?
What kind of things do you look for
All
when
right,
you?
I'm with Dark
when you're
Gift.
first
You are a
introduced?
weird dude.
Yeah.
You like,
Let me get out this-
you like it being like throwing a freaking hot dog down a hallway, huh?
Well, let me get my measuring tape here. 1 second.
Just remember
before I
that,
talk
ladies.
to you.
If your vagina looks like a bulldog eating a mayonnaise sandwich, call Twitless.
That thing came out of Mandy's vagina.
Excuse me, what?
Is that tiny enough for
She
you?
incubated that. That's so fucked. I didn't really mean that.
Okay, Amit Rada is the other weirdest dude because he's asking for pictures of Twitless's wife.
Oh my gosh. I think that's just a reference to freaking when Oz would ask
Oz,
very uncomfortable
yeah.
questions.
I think
about
it's just
people's
like you
lives.
go to lovedolls.com and you look for the redheaded one, right? Twitless?
No.
Oh.
You didn't get the redhead model?
I thought you got the redheaded model. The one with the dick, right?
You have a lot
The
of
optional dick.
You
It's
have
an
a lot of
insert.
knowledge there.
You can't have your choice. It's the Charlie Sheen model.
Nah, I think chicks with tattoos is fine. I mean, there's just certain like I said, if they like do like the whole up the neck on the side of the, when they start going like, now you get
Maui warrior.
Yeah.
What's the skin to tattoo ratio that you normally look for in a woman? Dark Gift.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I've seen chicks with like half sleeves. I think that's off, but I've seen chicks with full sleeves, and that seemed fine to me.
Tattoos are for sailors, soldiers, Samoans, and bikers.
Here's the thing about tattoos.
I think it's proportionate. Yeah.
Tattoos never age well. As your skin gets older and starts to deform, or if you gain any weight at all, it just like that awesome looking thing that you have, like what is it that she's got like a bird or whatever? That thing will look like a cartoon character by the time it's done.
That's why you just keep getting new ones. So
Oh,
they
is
always
that
look
it? Is
fresh.
that the solution? Okay.
Yeah. By the time you die, you're fully tattooed.
I'm not talking about chicks when they're 60 or 70 or 80. I'm talking about a chick that I see at a bar that I want to bang. If she's got a tattoo, that's hot as shit. I don't care.
You got to think long term. You got to think that cute little.
You're talking to a guy who like never even like I can't envision myself like being married. Like it's just not in my cards. But if I was ever
you're back
put
to
a
being
ring,
weird again.
if somebody not in my defense, I banged a lot of whores in my days.
Oh jeez.
In my days in the bands, and like nice girls that you want to marry, a little boring in the sack, So I
like the
tend
Amber Heard type. If there isn't a little poop on the bed, Dark Gift is just not into it.
No, I mean, yeah, leave the excrement out of the situation.
How much do you know about sexual excrement, Dark Gift?
That's a line.
I hate this conversation that hasn't even started yet.
I'm sure I'm opening a Pandora's box here.
Can we not?
What was the question?
Ever done any scat play?
No.
No scat
Don't
play,
ask
no
again.
piss play.
Dark Giff and I are working on a comic. It's called Deathication.
There's no. I stay away from that stuff. That's a little too. That's a line too far for me.
There's chicks that are into it though. I mean, there's
Oh, yeah.
2 darks, 1 gift.
I got
What do
that
you think the
reference,
dark
and
gift
I
is,
hate.
dude?
I
It's a
got that
turd.
reference, and I hate you.
Wilberforce points out that Twitless married at 19 because he was looking at the long-term investment.
Well, he's Mormon. It's different.
I am
Yeah,
not
this-
Mormon.
Yeah,
I'm gonna grab my internet lawyers again.
Yeah, but
Yeah, have you guys seen PTP's wife in terms of like hot tattoos on a chick?
PTP, Preston T. Poulter.
no, Patrick
Patrick Thomas Parnell.
Parnell, yeah.
Don't even know who that is. But no, but seriously, doesn't Jack Stafford, doesn't he look like he could be Chris Pratt and Tony Soprano's kid? Like, look at that picture.
Is that Gwenpool?
Yeah, that's Gwynpool.
Oh, jeez. I that's speaking of more things I hate.
So does this girl draw for Gwynpool then, I guess?
She did something mainstream, didn't she? That's the reason why she's on CG Kings.
I think so, yeah.
I'm just going to quickly bring up a pic of Patrick Thomas Parnell's wife, and
Great.
well,
Okay,
Anything but this
I
tattoo girl.
gotta go to bed.
No offense, tattoo girl.
Yeah, I'm uncomfortable. Like
I like your
reading
Asian
people's
lines.
lives.
If we're
She
gonna
is
Not
pretty.
your American tattoos.
yeah, I
She
just
is
wanted
pretty.
Crypto to like eat his words because she does look good, and she's got all those tattoos.
She looks all right,
great.
but she lacks confidence. That's why she got that tattoo.
Oh, jeez.
No,
So it's
I'm.
the-
Hey, this is all your guys' fault. Okay, when you guys get all the heat from this,
We're not the
it's your
ones
fault.
saying. We're not the ones saying weird shit about chicks with tattoos.
I'm not saying anything weird. It's totally acceptable for me to have whatever beliefs I want and be attracted to
That is
whoever
true.
I
That is
want.
true.
That is-
fucking
yeah.
bigot.
That is true. I endorse that. You can have whatever taste you want and whatever partner you
Absolutely.
choose.
And
Well, Red
and I
likes
have the-
watching black dudes jerk it. So
And
you know,
I have the
that's
right
his
to
life.
say it's
his
weird.
life. No, it's not weird. It's normal.
It is normal.
You're like the
absolutely.
liberals now who are trying to say that Republicans are weird because they oppose
This has nothing to do with
grooming.
politics. I'm not
Wait,
rating you.
wait.
I'm not rating
It's
you
so
on
weird.
politics.
It's so weird.
This conversation suddenly took a left turn at Albuquerque. Like what?
It took a left turn in San Francisco, not Albuquerque. Don't put that on
Okay.
Albuquerque. This has nothing to do with methamphetamine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't care like what your politics are. I just think that's weird.
You like tattoos? I bet you're a leftist.
I know tattoos are popular amongst girls right now. I'm not interested in that.
That's fine. That's fine. I don't
like
think it makes you.
leadership.
I don't think it makes you a
Well,
communist.
to be fair, the whole point of tattoos has been diluted, and like even I'm like,
Oh yeah.
it used to be a sign of like
followers.
being like rebellious and stuff, and now it's like
to be
everybody.
fair, getting a tattoo is just rebelling against your conservative.
I've never been
mom.
part of the mainstream.
Now,
I never
I'll be
will
honest. Now, rebelling would be not having a tattoo. You know what I mean? Like that would be the rebellious thing to do. Is to.
I
not
watch
have
John
one.
Waters films. I'm rebellious enough.
Like when I was getting tattoos, it was still like the not norm. You know?
Wait, well then, Dark Gift. According to your logic, then if you were looking for
You're also a
chicks
man.
right now, you would have to look for one without tattoos, or else she would be boring because she'd be a conformist.
Exactly. That's the problem with it. They're all conformists.
You just argued yourself into our
Followers.
position. Welcome,
Mhm.
welcome to
Welcome,
the
Dark Gift.
no. I mean, it's I have my tastes. You know. I just
Okay.
wouldn't.
Hey, don't judge your bad taste. It's fine. You can have it.
I just wouldn't. You know.
You can have all the fucking girls from the circus, bro. That's fine.
Circus.
There we go.
Oh, puke.
Puke. Okay. What do you say, Dark Gift?
No, she's a very attractive. Yeah.
That's all I wanted to fuck was the Grim Reaper tonight. Yeah. How attractive.
Dude, this is somebody's wife.
It's not PTP's wife. This is,
Okay.
Yeah, this is random chick on
Maybe
the
it is
internet.
somebody's wife. What do I care?
Oh, well, I don't know.
Is he embarrassed that she's out here acting like
Every
a whore on
woman
Twitter?
is some man's daughter.
Well, this father fucked up. Look at his kid.
No, she's hot.
Like,
I would-
obviously.
I would definitely throw her a bang or two or three.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
God, I throw you a penicillin shot or 2 or 3.
Why? Just because she has a tattoo? You think she's got
yeah.
some
I
kind
would
of
throw.
disease?
I would throw you all a chick track.
And the Death Note tattoo, no less. Like, how generic and stale and unoriginal could you be? This bitch shouldn't even have a name.
I like anime.
Yeah, her choice in tattoos might be a little bad, though. I'll give you that one.
Guys who draw comics are freaking desperate. I understand.
Desperate, dude. I just had
Not,
someone
I
on my
didn't mean
bed the other
necessarily
night.
you, but I did mean you at the same time. I know you're not desperate. You'll fuck anything, Tarkit.
Well, I mean, I usually have my choice.
I
I'm not trying
know,
to be like
dude.
all conceited and stuff, but I really do tend to
Got
have my
two
choice.
broads on the left of the bar, the fat chicks on the right of the bar. You're good to go.
I get the normie chicks too.
I know.
One day I'm gonna find a normie chick who's freaky in the sack, and I'll be happy. Then
You're
I'll put
supposed
a
to
ring
make
on
them
her
that. You're
finger.
supposed
Isn't
to
that-
train
isn't
them,
that what
Dark Gift. Don't
Tinder
you
is
understand
for?
how that works?
No, Tinder. Yeah, there's a bunch of. I tried that like 10 years ago when it came out. It was lame.
Do you ever have a chick surprise you when you guys were getting undressed and like she kind of had a little bit more than what you were expecting?
Like a penis?
Penis, yeah.
I've never had that experience. No, thankfully.
Roast beef labia? What do you
Okay,
mean?
and with that, I need to go to bed.
Where are you getting? You know what he's going to
Make
go
sure, make sure to check out The
do? It's
Adventures
at
of the Omega
Kylie
Girl.
Moon. It's at Kylie Moon. That's where it's at, Twitless.
Did you put 2 out yet, Twitless?
It is. I'm actually getting a little salty at Kablam because it's just been sitting there. I check it every couple of days, and they told me it's only going to be 6 to 8 weeks, and that's been like 2 months ago. So, I think they've had some real problems with staffing at Kablam lately. But yeah, it's issue 2 should be coming out literally any day now.
Yeah, I remember the last time you said that you were having the same issue, so I was just checking to see.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. It's just a little frustrating because I've already bugged them like once or twice about it, and I don't like. I really do like the staff there; they really are great, and I love what they offer. It's just, I hope they can get some more people and can overcome because I think there's a paper shortage, so they're dealing with. I think they're backed up on stuff. There's a lot of industries that are having those issues. So it really sucks that the comic book, parts of the comic industry are facing it now. It's like literally like we don't have enough paper or whatever to print the books on or whatever it is they're dealing with.
What is Vic talking about, though? What is he saying right now?
Vic.
I don't even
Oh,
know.
here, this one.
Yeah, that one.
Crypto Comics, have you seen No Jumper with Adam 22? PTP looks like him, some semi-bear porn dude, and his wife looks like most meth biker slunt you ever seen.
What is he? What are we talking
That's
about?
harsh.
I want
She
the
does not
reveal.
Look like that.
What's the reveal? Well, Red, let's see it.
Okay, like I said, check out my comic book, and make sure to check out the review when I'm sure it comes out this week too.
Thursday. Yep. We're all
Thursday
scheduled.
we'll be ripping your book apart. I mean,
Okay.
we'll be reviewing your book.
Well, you just remember Turnabout's
bring
fair
that
play.
up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find that one typo you put into Hunting Alice. I'm never gonna let you forget it.
I know you won't. That's why keeping me on my toes.
All right. Good talking
All right.
to you all. You have a good night.
Have a good night,
brother.
brother. Thanks for being here.
Oh yeah. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So what is now? Let's go back to Vic. Have you seen No Jumper with Adam 22? I don't know what Adam 22 is.
Is Adam
PT
22 like an old TV show from the 50s or something? I'm gonna look at that.
No idea. Him, some semi-pair porn dude,
Oh,
and his wife looks like most meth biker
Adam
slunt.
22 is a YouTuber.
I guess. I don't know. He's got
No Jumper. Okay.
Vic's got some hot takes. I guess.
Yeah, that's really. I mean, dude,
This dude
I've-
with the
I've-
horrible freaking tattoos.
two towns over.
Have a good
is
night. Theo.
There's a lot of meth heads, and I'm telling you right now, she does not look like any of them.
Wilberforce, we got a couple of other reviewers to come on and do the trashing on your behalf. I'm trying to find Martina Marcoto's tattoo because I know that you liked her. Crypto. I'm just trying to find like the exception to the rule so that you can.
You won't.
I won't.
No.
There isn't one.
No.
Not one.
Like, okay, imagine I'm banging this chick, right? All I'm going to be thinking about the whole
no,
time
I
is
don't
Bill
wanna
and Ted's
imagine.
Bogus Journey because she's got death tattooed over her tits.
Bleach on the brain. Bleach on the brain.
Like, why don't I
wanna
just go
imagine
find
you
like a
banging her.
balding AIDS patient and have sex with them if I want to have sex with the Grim Reaper?
Why is she the Grim Reaper though? I don't get it.
That's on
Other
her
than,
chest,
like-
sir. Look at her chest. That's the Grim Reaper.
I'm looking at her face. I'm not even paying attention to the tattoos.
Oh, I can't. It's more colorful. It's distracting.
And then if I'm looking down at the chest, I'm probably looking at the nipple and not the tattoo. Again, the tattoo is just ornament.
Ugh, I guess. An ornament you can't wash off.
Yeah. It's ornamental.
See, Jack Stafford understands. Like, I mean, maybe I don't know about on the hip, but maybe the back of the neck, so when her hair is down, you can't see it.
That's cheating.
Yeah, that's kind of a cop out. So
Well, you guys asked. I'm trying to.
Vic
trying to have
is
some- I've had some leeway here. Nowhere does Jesus tell us to date chicks with tattoos.
and he tells you not to explicitly.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Vic says, I hate tattoos. I'm very conservative. Hank Hill type of fella, like well read. Well, I mean, I sound like Hank Hill, but doesn't mean I am like Hank Hill at all.
It's Leviticus 19:28. You shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor tattoo any marks on you. I am the Lord.
He's talking about you, though, but not like the chicks that you bang, right?
Well, he's talking about the chicks they bang more than he's talking about me.
Is he?
I think so. It's a woman. Women are supposed to be feminine. What are you talking about?
Isn't it sinful, though, to bang?
What's not feminine about that?
What's not feminine about having your flesh permanently altered with a needle and ink?
I'm just gonna.
Are you kidding? You don't know? I mean,
This
you're
is
one
an
step
interesting-
away from sucking a trans dick. What's not feminine about that?
I want to know where the jump goes from tattoos to trans dick.
Well, it's not far, dude. Well, we started with the tattoos, and look where we are now.
Where?
Look how far this has devolved.
Grooming kids in elementary school is where we're at now.
What
And it
does
all started
tattoos
with
have to do with that?
It's the slow decline and descent of civilization.
You're out of your mind.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I've got 8 tattoos, and I'm so against like all that shit. So you're.
Well, are you
Your
a
theory
woman?
is null
You
and
identify
void.
as a woman?
No, but I know plenty of women with tattoos that don't agree with that.
What's wrong with being a Jew, Emmett?
What?
You got anti-Semitism.
I could really, I really don't care. I'm like 2 shades about how you feel or whatever. I'm just having.
Dude, listen, Dark Gift.
I'm just having fun with
Listen,
the conversation.
Anthony,
Just so you know.
I love you. I am never gonna bang a tattooed chick in front of you.
I
know that's what you're going. I know that's what you're trying to get to here.
I know
That's
I
not
know
gonna
you're
happen. I'm not Liam Gravy.
I'm just listen. I'm just having fun with the conversation, man.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Yeah.
So, do you think Leviticus 2:19 was approving of Martina Marquota here?
What's Leviticus 2:19? Let me look it up.
I don't know. Whatever you just
quote it?
quoted. Yeah.
No, that was not. No, it was 19.
Do you think Martina Marquota is who they were talking about in the biblical references? She's kosher, right? Like,
I mean, in this picture, she looks kosher.
yeah.
What if she's got a tattoo on her ass cheek?
But then that's it. Yeah.
I mean, what is
All
it?
bets are off.
Let's see it.
I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm trying to figure out.
I think you're. I think you're.
Does she have a masquerade mask, like tattooed as a tramp stamp or something? What's going on?
No, what
on
if
her
it was
back?
something cool? What if like somebody designed something unique and original, and it was boom right there on her ass cheek? Would that change everything about what you?
No. What if it was just like hanging in a frame on her wall instead of on her flesh?
I'm saying, but right now you'd bang her.
No.
But then if
She
she had
takes
a
her clothes
tattoo
off for
on,
money. I'm not interested in a woman that takes her clothes off for money. She's morally compromised. She didn't find. She couldn't find anything else to do to make money. Are you kidding?
I'm not.
She's an empty head and a full sweater.
I'm not talking about putting a ring on her finger.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want some skank from the bar. That's not. Why would you want that?
Well, I mean, I'm not saying meet her at the bar. I'm saying, what if you met
where
her
else
and
would
got
I
to
meet
know her
her?
and then wanted to bang her? Like, you know.
Like, where else would I meet this broad?
I don't know.
Like a chick who gets half naked.
At the
and
library.
sells the pictures of herself. She's not at the library. Are you kidding me?
She's in there reading World War II history.
She's in there reading Cosmopolitan and Red Book.
Hepatitis, says Jack Stafford. That's kind of random. I don't know why that's even there in the chat. Maybe crypto is onto something here. I mean, there are things that should discourage you other than Leviticus 2:19.
I don't want to bang a chick from the bar because I don't want to have to get a shot in the dick.
I've never had to get a shot in my dick.
Well, I mean...
And I banged a lot of chicks in the bar.
Fuck, imagine the stuff that Dark Gift's been spreading around Jersey, dude.
I get tested.
Yeah, crypto. He gets tested. He's clean.
I'm single. I have to get tested.
All the tests. COVID, hepatitis, everything. Cleanest man in New Jersey.
I believe he is the cleanest man in New Jersey. I will believe that.
Do you get tested? Maybe you might be sharing some things you're not aware of.
No, I'm not sharing anything that I'm not aware of.
I'd like to share a pizza with Martina Marquota.
I would share a pizza with Martina.
Yeah,
she eats cheese pizza. Ugh.
She eats it though.
See, we're from New York. That's the best pizza. You throw shit on top of a pizza, it means it tastes like garbage. You have to cover the flavor.
She has to look up at the pizza though while eating it. That's the part I like. I think I'm brutalizing crypto.
So thirsty, dude. You're so thirsty. Oh my gosh.
What?
Torturing him.
Why is it thirsty just to sexualize a woman now?
No, I mean it's fine. You can do whatever you want. It's okay to sexualize a woman, sure.
Yeah. Doesn't mean like I'm like wishing and
I'm not judging you.
Hope
just me.
Well read.
I'm not judging well read.
That's fine.
I'm just making a declarative statement.
Wilberforce is going to send this stream to my wife. Apparently. What? We're making objective observations here, Wilberforce. Nobody's being naughty.
I stand by my pizza comment. Nobody makes better pizza than the tri-state area.
Absolutely.
You know what I find really attractive in a woman?
Oh God.
When her Instagram account is set to private. That's attractive. Okay. I mean, she's not desiring the attention of random strangers on the internet.
Or she's showing stuff that she doesn't want to get banned from the platform for.
No, I mean like women in real life, not just random strangers.
Oh, like somebody that you actually know?
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying. I got you.
Here's a PTP. We were talking about him earlier. He's got a lot.
This is him. He draws pictures.
Yeah. He does comics. So
I never saw his wife.
His wife is pretty hot.
Yeah. We won't bring up any images because
we won't. Okay.
No, don't want to.
Well, let's talk about somebody else's wife then. Let's talk about Will Smith's wife. What a bitch.
I was saying this. Everybody was like so surprised of like how she's been the last few years. I'm like, doesn't anybody remember her opening scene from Scream 2?
Where she died?
Yeah, but she was that was the best part of it. But that was like her dialogue. I feel like she wrote her dialogue in that scene. If you go back and listen to what she says, it's like basically like verbatim, like this like woke racist like sexist shit. But like then it was done more like sarcastically. But I feel like she was dead serious when she delivered those lines.
I don't even remember that.
No, I don't remember. I was just glad she got killed in the beginning. I didn't have to see her for the rest of the movie.
Is her claim to fame really the Matrix movies at this point?
I feel like that's her biggest thing that put her on the map, yeah. Because she was doing smaller stuff back then. I would say Scream 2 is probably the biggest franchise she was in, but like obviously not a prominent role. And then the Matrix series, because it was like right after that she landed the role in the second Matrix movie. Because what was Scream 2, 97? And then
I don't even remember.
And then the Matrix 2 came out in like 2001, so it was only like 4 years later, yeah. So she probably landed the role and then wound up filming it, yeah.
I feel like this is becoming the Trash People's Wives channel. Amit has his...
showing this guy.
I was just showing his art, but Amit has his favorite wife that he likes to target in CG.
His favorite waifu.
mentioned in the chat. Jack says PTP's wife has been doing the countdown on EVS's auctions that last few times. Okay.
I don't know if she's on tonight though.
Yeah. You're okay with OnlyFans though, right, Crypto?
No, I don't think it's appropriate for a woman to do that.
Well, how do you hang out with Risey? I mean, all of Risey's girlfriends are.
Well, I care about Risey's soul.
So you're trying to get him off Chatterbait?
Yeah, dude, are you kidding? I've been trying to get him on Chatterbait for like a year. He won't listen. I think it's because he's drunk.
I'm a little like, why Chatterbait? It's if you gotta watch anything, there's free porn out there. If you gotta,
But they
watch
don't talk
porn,
to you in free porn.
Who cares? I don't want them to talk to me.
Risey does. He likes to make them say stuff from anime shows.
Really?
Yeah,
He has them
that's what
role
pays
playing?
him to do.
He makes them role
anime
play.
stuff.
Oh god,
He doesn't even role play.
that.
No, he just likes to hear him say stuff. He just likes to see what he can get him to say because he's paying for it.
Yeah, that's it.
What are-
Why are you paying for it? Stop paying for it.
Well, where else are you going to get girls to say whatever you want from weird anime shows you like? Risey's a weird dude.
I don't know. I usually whatever.
He wants to be the star of the first live-action hentai movie.
Which anime does he ask them to quote?
I don't know. He's got a few. I think he likes One Piece. I don't know what that is, but that's what I believe he likes.
Okay. All right.
I like Paprika.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's like one of the 4 I've seen.
I think I found the only chick that Crypto would ever bang with tattoos. So we can probably close it out here.
It's an Amish girl?
No, I don't think you'd have a choice in the matter, though. If you ended up with this chick as your cellmate, you'd have no choice but to bang her. So.
Is that Aubrey Sitterson? Who is that? He's got the Andre the Giant Obey tattoo. Talk about a fucking follower.
Andre the Giant, where is that?
Right there. The Obey. No, it's up, dude. There. Human
That's
face.
Andre. That looks like Sting, doesn't
It's
it?
Andre the Giant.
Who
Looks
is
like
that?
Sting. Dude, fucking from the Police?
No,
Who's the dude we're looking
from WCW.
He was
Sting, the
drinking.
wrestler. When
Yeah.
when he was like the Crow.
I don't know who this guy is.
Everybody forgets that Sting used to wear like colorful face paint.
Yeah, I liked the Surfer Sting was way better than stupid Crow Sting.
So there you are, Crypto.
Who was that guy
Yeah.
that you just pulled
Who
up?
was that guy?
Who was he? I don't know. It was
Was that Buck Cherry?
It was a tattooed guy on Martina Makota's timeline. So
Oh, who cares? Whoever that is, dude. I don't even know who that is.
it's
Everybody says her
tattoo
name. I'm
woman.
just like, who?
where is show
Martina
my comment?
Markova. Whatever. Markita Markova? Ginkgo biloba? What is it?
Why is he tagging your old Twitter name?
Who Ahmed?
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's your old name, right?
Yeah, my old YouTube account name. That's the one where I've got all the wrenches on everybody's channel.
Jack Stafford likes to give him the shocker. It's 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink.
There you go. See, you're coming around, Crypto. Now you're gonna have fun with the boys.
What? I don't. Boys don't have the pink.
Well, I mean, we could. Mags
You
is
just
one
want
of
the
boys.
3 in the stink.
That's right. Give us the whole fist. Come
Gotta
on.
get your buddy Bjorn back in here.
Stop holding back. All right, I guess we've run this before. Gonna need lubrication to keep it going and fresh.
It's like
out.
this, boys. If women have tattoos, it means they haven't done what I told them. So why would I want them? Cast
Very
them
true.
out.
Best
Cast them out.
argument that you've made
Cast them out. Send them out to Azazel.
today.
Yeah.
That's
They need to
literally the
listen.
best argument that you made. Yeah, like if you
They
don't
just
like
need to listen.
tattoos and you tell a girl not to get a tattoo and she gets one, I get what you're saying.
There you go.
I'm with you.
No, I'm
100%.
telling all women, don't get tattoos. You limit your potential. You're gonna be stuck with guys like Dark Gift the rest of your life. We don't even want to marry you.
Well, it's got you there, Dark Gift. You're not marrying them, so they need to think about their future.
I've met normie chicks that have tattoos, and they're just not as fun as the psycho sluts.
That is all chicks now. Like normie chicks have tattoos now. You can't tell the difference between normie chicks and psycho sluts.
That's what I mean. But like the psychos, well, you can. The psycho sluts are fun, but the problem is they're psycho.
Yeah.
And then you got to call the cops and have them escorted out of your house and get 18 security cameras on the outside of your house because she's threatened to come kill your dogs. Yeah.
See, Martina Navratilova, she doesn't have any tattoos. Jack Stafford's right.
Oh, well, there you go. She's keeping her options open.
Russian girls know better.
He also
Japanese
says burn the
girls,
witches.
too.
So I don't know if we can really take his word.
American women are limiting themselves.
Yeah.
To guys who don't want to settle down. So they get what they fucking deserve.
That's right. They get
Tell you what, Russian chicks that do get tattoos go all out, but they'll get like full back pieces. They don't fuck around.
That is true.
Yeah. All right,
they're like Asian chicks in that way. Like Asian chicks
Russian
that get
Yakuza.
tattoos go fucking all out, like big, huge dragon on their back. Like, yeah.
Are you starting another stream or what, Red? What's going on now?
I could, but well, Dark Gift, you said you're not gonna.
Yeah, I gotta jump off. I know, but like you keep trying to end the stream, and we keep going because I'm like having fun.
Well, you know what I think is really great is like there's all this misogyny at the end of the wonderful Alejandro Mirabal review. That's good.
It's all in good fun. Nobody's
dog
being
every
serious,
woman
so
in
it's-
comics.
Not misogynist if the women are doing it themselves.
Yeah,
No,
we're
it's
just
not
commenting.
misogynist either way.
You know, like I get it if like some chick is like not wanting that kind of attention and you're giving it to them. That's kind of misogynistic. It's kind of sexist. But if
I don't care what these Herodins think.
If a girl is a super psycho slut, let her be a super psycho slut and let me enjoy that. God
That's fine,
damn it!
yeah.
Why
She
are
has a
these fucking
dysfunction- she had a
progressives got to
dysfunctional
fuck shit up for everybody?
She had a dysfunctional childhood, and you're going to take advantage of that. That's fine. I understand.
You make a lot of assumptions about chicks with tattoos.
Who didn't have a
I'm making assumptions
dysfunctional?
about you.
Who didn't have a dysfunctional childhood? Come on, let's be fair.
A lot of people didn't.
Everybody had a dysfunctional childhood.
What? No, not like
What
the girls
is-
that Dark Gift dates, though.
This is true. This is true.
These bitches will stab you
And let-
because
and-
their,
no,
their
no.
dad wasn't around.
Let's not say date. Let's not say date. Whenever I
Visit
do
for
date
a period
somebody,
of time.
when
Paid
I
by
do
the
date,
hour.
if I do date somebody, it's usually because I found like a good girl and like I'm trying to do the right thing, and then I stray. I can't help it. So
Apparently, I'm making Doug TeNapel proud. He would enjoy the misogynistic after show, and would still call me a cultist. So,
Are you a
win-win.
cultist? Does Doug call you that?
yeah, he calls all
yeah.
of us that.
He says
Oh,
CG
because you're
is
in
a cult.
Comicsgate.
Yeah.
So
What do you mean? He was in Comicsgate.
I don't know about in or
He's
being
in
or-
Comicsgate, dude. He's still in Comicsgate.
right. But I'm just saying, when you
Everyone's
say you're
in
in Comicsgate, I mean you agree with Comicsgate. Like that's
I don't
it's
know what
an
that means
idea.
even. What does that mean?
It's supposed to be an idea, isn't it?
What do you agree? I don't know.
Yes.
What's the idea?
Yes.
You're
The
against
cor-
cancel
the-
culture.
The correct verbiage should have been "I believe in Comicsgate" or
Yeah.
yeah.
I agree with it.
Comicsgate canceled me.
Really?
Yeah.
They hit the
For
cancel
sure.
button. You were gone.
For sure. Yeah.
Well, you're back. You're on the Comicsgate channel. So
This is the reboot.
yeah, this is your redemption arc. Comicsgate
No.
redemption arc.
No, it's not
No.
my redemption arc. Don't say that. That's not true.
No. Okay.
It's a little bit.
A little bit.
This
I
is
guess imagine.
Comicsgate's redemption arc.
Aw.
I'm providing it.
However, you have to sleep at night, brother. That's all that matters.
Sleep
Yeah.
well, buddy. We'll talk to you next time. Good seeing you.
Got it, man. You too.
Good times.
All right, everybody. So have a good night, and we'll see you all next week.
Oh, we're leaving again? Oh, I thought
Yes,
it was going
we're
to be
leaving
you
again.
finally. I thought we were going to
All
finally
right.
be alone.
Bye.
We got rid of this guy.